We are entering into the new era. We are leaving behind all of the haters and dead weight. We are the new generation of Tankies. All of the cringe PATSOCS are being left behind. If you do not have the infrared vision, you will not enter the 17th dimension. Stand by for liftoff in T-minus 30 seconds. We're taking off into the sky, where you see we have conducted one last planetary purge. Year zero has initiated. We are purging the cringe and entering into the stratosphere of baseness. We have purged the cringe and we are leaving them behind. Salute to a toast. Infrared is skyrocketing into the 2020s. We are space Cambodians. We are space Cambodians drifting through space into the sky. Those who join us will experience an eternity of base. We are engaged for liftoff into Ankar. Lunar Kampuchea will be arrived in T-minus year zero on a planetary scale. We are entering into the 2020s. Fuck! All right. All right, we're done with that. All right, guys. On a more serious note, I guess. Let me see if this actually is working correctly. All right, we're good. All right, yeah. So, guys, that was my introduction to today's stream, and I think we're gonna be doing a Twitter space for most of the stream. Give me a second. Give me a damn moment. Give me a little second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. God fucking damn it. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, so why was I late today? Just because I was late. I woke up super late and I called the court to schedule a meeting. And thank God they do it over Zoom, right? Traffic ticket type of shit. They do it over Zoom now. Isn't that so cool? Right? I don't have to go in person. But anyway, what I wanted to get at and what I wanted to talk about today specifically was hold on, give me a sec. Give me a fucking sec.
Based.
Are you Lebanese? And are you a Christian?
What I specifically was interested in talking about today, and sorry for and thank you for the donation, Lou. Sure, I am Lebanese, but I'm not Christian, right? But today I wanted to talk about we're gonna have a fun little stream today, right? We're not gonna have I don't want to do news. I don't really feel like doing news today. You know, I'm not really into the news type of stuff. I want to kind of to give a lecture about internet subcultures, and I know not a lot of this is within our sphere of control per se, but I still think it's worth a shot discussing it. And then we're going to head into a Twitter space to have some good old-fashioned debates, right? But tonight is just one of those nights where, you know, there's not a lot of news to cover. And I don't really have any news to cover today. You know, okay, there's the Shinzo Abe thing, which I covered yesterday. And the one problem with that is I just don't give a shit, right? That's the one problem with the Shinzo Abe news coverage. I don't care, right? That's a problem, isn't it? I just don't give a fuck. So that is one issue with the Shinzo Abe event. That Shinzo Abe was shot, and did he die? I'm pretty sure he died, right? Didn't he die? Shinzo Abe dead, right? He died, right? Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. I don't give a fuck. I just don't care. Whatever. Like, just it's kind of like boring news. Like, who gives a fuck, right? Does anyone care? I don't care. Does this have any implications for Japanese politics? I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know what this this even entails, right? But yeah, I don't know what the repercussions are. I don't know what the implications are. But I just don't know what else there is to say other than some guy. Oh yeah, he made a homemade shotgun and he shot Shinzo Abe, and now Shinzo Abe's dead, right? So that's something that happened. Yeah, but beyond that, some recent events that have transpired some weak links have started to show up in the so-called Tankie community, right? Fuck! In the so-called PATSOC community. And so usually I don't even say anything until we get at least like 300 in here, 300 Spartans. I don't know what the fuck it's taking so long for people to get the fuck in the stream, but it's kind of distracting me, right? But anyway, I know I started late. Yeah. By the way, did you hear the news from Jackson yet? Or no? Let me see. Fuck, is he still banned? Jesus fucking Christ, he's still fucking banned. Jesus, I think it's tomorrow that he gets unbanned. The fuck, man. That is so fucked up. Yeah, this is why I don't want to do news either. Because YouTube, you know, guys, I'm going to tell you the truth behind what's going on with Jackson. It's fucking Paul Mason. You know that fucking... I can't say the word. You know that fucking guy in the UK, Paul Mason, that little bitch, that piece of shit, Paul Mason? He is personally responsible for censoring all of the anti-NATO voices on YouTube. So Jackson just got, like, it was like a week? I don't how long has it fucking been, right? I think tomorrow he gets unbanned. So it was Paul Mason's behind this whole fucking thing, right? And Jackson himself is going to update you on what's going on with his whole situation when he gets unbanned. But, you know, it's fucking... This is why I want to stick to esoteric, woke, guerrilla topics for as long as I can before the war with China. Because the way I think of it, retards, like retarded people like Paul Mason, yeah, they're not going to be able to, like, understand just how fucking dangerous this ideology that I'm disseminating to you really is, because they're fucking stupid in their head. They're going to tune into my stream and they're going to hear me talking about Hegel and, like, you know, Kojev and fucking, you know, like Boris Groys, and Paul Mason's going to be like, oh, I don't know who that is. Oh, I don't know what that means, mate. Oh, Putin bad, mate. Oh, Putin's bad, that's all I know. Oh, Tankie's bad. Oh, Stalin bad. Oh, Putin bad. So he's a fucking dumb fuck, right? And he's gonna tune into our stream and he's gonna hear we're talking about extremely esoteric, occult sciences that literally will weaponize and implant a seed, non-sexually, in each and every one of you that will allow you to rise to become based Mecha Tankie warriors. It's so evil, it's beautiful. I'm creating a demonic horde of mecha gorilla beasts that will terrorize the internet for generations to come. And politics and society. We're starting a new political movement. We're starting a new trend. They can't fucking stop us because they don't even understand the type of evil, heinous shit that we're coming from. We're talking about Alexander Dugin. We're talking about unleashing chaos. They don't even know where the fuck we're coming from. And that is why people like Paul Mason, they're blind to the threat of Haas. See, Jackson's the honest one. Jackson works in the light of day. You know what Jackson is? Jackson's Dale Cooper from Twin Peaks. He is the knight in shining armor.
Based.
Do the whole stream in that voice.
Thank you, Dana. So Jackson is the knight in shining armor, right? Jackson's just here reporting to you the straight news and the truth. And because of that, they fucking crucified him. Our angel, our knight in shining armor, Dale Cooper, who is a trooper. That was Jackson, right? So to avenge Jackson, Haas is becoming a dark sorcerer. Haas is becoming an evil, dark magician. And I walk with fire. I am fire walk with me. I'm motherfucking Bob, bitch. I'm a bad tulpa. I'm evil Coop. I'm evil Coop. I'm evil Coop, and they're not going to see me coming. They're not going to see me coming. I'm going to infiltrate and manipulate. I'm an info warrior. I'm worse than Russian fake news, motherfucker. I walk with demons, bitch. I'm worse than the KGB. I'm a goddamn Sufi mystical warrior. Shia, Sufi, mystic, orthodox, esoteric, tantric, fucking... I'm about to bring about the end of the fucking world and whatever that fucking Kali Yuga shit. I heard it's about nuclear weapons. I'm gonna fucking rain hellfire upon the world of liberalism, working in the shadows as much as I am in the light of day. Thank you so much, Jesse Miller. Appreciate you.
As Al Ghul the Sorcerer 2036.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So we're done playing nice, okay? And we're starting by cutting off the weak links. If you've got a rotten arm, you cut off the rotten arm, and you walk tall. You walk up the mountain and you walk up the hill with the sun shining in your face. That's what a conqueror does. You understand? Let's just say tonight, I've been smoking cigars. Some of these weak links decided they've crossed a few lines. So as we speak, they're getting purged. As we speak, there's purges going on. As we speak, there's shit going on. As we speak, everything's going according to plan. And there's a new stage of villainry and villainousness that is going to define infrared. Yesterday, the Khan declared war against the whole of the left. And we were just riding on our horses and raiding and shit, right? Now we're going to summon demonic evil powers to aid us. It's going to be we're going to rain hellfire on our enemies. And we're not just going to be working from the ground. We're going to have these people smitten down from the sky. We're going to be riding our horses, and eagles are going to come swooping down and gouging our enemies' eyeballs out in a video game. This is stage 2. This is stage 2 of infrared. Stage 2 of infrared, where infrared launches into position, and infrared becomes a missile. Ah! Anyway, I've realized I'm announcing something. And I want everybody to hear the call because I'm announcing something. This is a big fucking announcement. I'm going to be announcing it on Twitter as well. It's going to be a huge fucking announcement, and let it echo throughout the halls of eternity that I'm about to make this announcement, right? I'm about to make this announcement. Oh yeah, we're doing the Minecraft again. No, unironically I am. I talked to Dead Hexer, which is thank you so much, Dostoevsky.
Stage 1 complete. Commence stage 2.
So Dead Hexer has a backup of our Minecraft server. So we're doing the Minecraft again. And one of the reasons I like the Minecraft is because when I'm like stressed out and I just want to unwind a little bit, I like just going into our tavern in our little city and just chilling with the community in the Minecraft. I just find it fun. Right? So we're going to be doing that soon. We're going to be opening up that server again. And somebody find me Sirhan, because Sirhan was building a fucking giant-ass palace. He's the only one with the blueprint who has the vision for the completion of that palace. So we need to kidnap the palace architect again. I don't know what happened to him, but we need to find that guy and bring him back, okay? Because we need to finish that palace, all right? But anyway, so that's going to be a lot of fun, right? It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm about to be 26 years old, guys. It's kind of weird, right? But I like chilling with the community sometimes. Sue me. I'm a 26-year-old, about to be a 26-year-old man. And I like Minecraft, okay? I like Minecraft. So sue me, okay? Sue me. But anyway,
Based.
thank you so much, W11. Appreciate you. But anyway, what I wanted to get to is that there's been some changes that have been going on, right? So, more specifically, what I'm talking about when it comes to that is, you know, we've seen this label PATSOCS all over Twitter, right? PATSOCS, 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 everyone's a PATSOC. We're not fucking PATSOCS. We're ditching that label, and we're giving that label PATSOC to our dead weight. So we have these dead weight fucking, you know, weak links, and we're giving them that label PATSOC, and we're distancing ourselves from all the weak links. All of the fucking people, thank you, love. All of the fucking people who are like ambivalent toward infrared, and they're just like, yeah, I'm a patriot. Actually, you're fucking cringe. You know what these your patriotic socialists actually are? They're fucking Socdem revisionists. They're Socdem revisionists, and their patriotism is a social democracy institutional patriotism. Their fucking patriotism is the high school teacher's patriotism. I pledge allegiance, and there's the fucking goody two-shoes Boy Scout fucking patriotism. That's not what we're about, all right? So I'm here to lay out how we're different from those cringe fucking people by announcing. I'm making a huge announcement, and this is gonna like, oh my god, this is gonna echo throughout and resound throughout. Everyone's gonna care. Somebody tell J-Reg about this shit. And guys, edit the Wikipedias. I want you to edit a Wikipedia page for this. Politball wiki, whatever the fuck you have to do to get the word out there for this new political ideology that I am dropping right now to distinguish the true nature of so-called PATSOCs. We are not PATSOCs, okay? We are Mecha Tankies. Mecha Tankies. Mecha Tankies. So I want everybody in the chat to type right now, Mecha Tankies rising. I want to see that spammed in the chat. And we're going to get an emote for Mecha Tankies as well. We're getting an emote for one too. Mecha Tankies rising. Let me see that in the chat. Let me see Mecha Tankies rising in the chat. Capitalized. I want to see that capitalized. I want to see you spamming that in my chat at lightning speeds. There we go. There, let's harness that. Let's harness that. Mecha Tankies rising. We're not your ordinary fucking tankies. We are Mecha Tankies. All right? This is exactly what distinguishes us. I'm laying it out all to you on today's stream. This is a cultural revolution. This is an aesthetic revolution. We're cutting off the weak links from our fucking ranks, and we're the Mecha Tankies rising. All right? We're the Mecha Tankies rising. 2022, we're entering into the 2020s, and this is the future of tankies. We are Mecha Tankies, all right? This is what, we're not gonna do this PATSOC shit, we're Mecha Tankies. That's what fucking defines us. Mecha Tankies. I want you to go to bed and recite Mecha Tankies 20 times in your head. I want you to look in the fucking mirror right now and look at yourself and say, I am a Mecha Tankie. I am a Mecha Tankie. I want you to strip down to the bare minimum. Go outside in minus 30 degrees weather in the fucking freezing snow.
Mecha Tankies rising.
Thank you, Dostoevsky. I want you to go outside in the freezing snow and scream to the world, Mecha Tankies rising! I want you to run through the village completely naked in negative 30 degrees Celsius in the snow, freezing and running barefoot around, screaming this onto the highest mountaintop, on the highest hilltop of fucking Mount Olympus. I want you to go to the Atlas Mountains in North America, to the fucking Atlas Plateau. I want you to go to the Strait of Gibraltar and tell the fucking other side of the Strait of Gibraltar that I am the Mecha, thou'st are the Tankie, and we shall be united into one. We're cutting off access to the Atlantic because Eurasia is rising.
Good morning, Reverend.
Eurasia is rising. Thank you so much, Emirio. Appreciate you so much. Appreciate you so much. And yes, good morning, Revolution, because we are the Mecha Tankies, and the Mecha Tankies are rising. I'm going to explain to you what Mecha Tankies are. Give me a second. All right. So, what is a Mecha Tankie? What exactly is a Mecha Tankie?
Good morning, Revolution.
Thank you so much, Emilio. Thank you so much. So now let me explain to you the meaning of Mecha Tankie. What is a Mecha Tankie? All right. So first and foremost, why do I think it's necessary to come forward and affirm the meaning of Mecha Tankies instead of PATSOCS, 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 PATSOCS? That's cringe. I'm going to tell you why. I'm primarily inspired by the Dutch farmers' protests. And I'm noticing a pattern, okay? I'm noticing a pattern. All viewers that are leaving right now, I just saw 10 people leave. You are banned forever. You are the weak link. You're getting cut off forever, and we're sending you to the gulag. And you're banished. And I'm cursing you, and you're gonna have nightmares tonight because of my curses. Anyway, okay? Anyway, I've noticed a pattern. The Canadian truckers. Thank you so much, Giovanni.
I need a Mecha Tank intro for infrared. Check out #original content on Discord.
I'll check it out when I get the chance. All right, I've noticed the Canadian truckers. I have noticed in addition to the Canadian truckers, I have noticed phenomena like the French yellow vests. I've noticed the MAGA movement. I've noticed the farmers' protests. And what did I tell you before when I was doing a class analysis of the Canadian truckers? If you don't remember this, I gave you the example that these are mecha workers. These are workers who seem to own means of production, right? But those means of production are actually just compounding their labor. It's like an exoskeleton of their labor using the modern machinery of the post-war state, right? And it's making them mechas. It's like the Death Stranding exoskeleton, right? Whether it's the farmers with their tractors, or it's the truckers, or it's these heavy industry workers with their tools, or it's electricians with their tools. You get the fucking idea. It's a type of class. It's a mecha. That's the revolutionary subject according to Mecha Tankies. All right? So the reason I have to distinguish this is because according to these cringe fucking fake PATSOCS, there's so many PATSOCS who are like ambivalent to these uprisings. They're like, I'm kind of sympathetic to them, but that's not the working class. All right, well, you can go ahead and do your own thing, but we're not going to be of the same label as you. You're apparently a PATSOC, which means you believe in civic patriotism. We believe in material patriotism. So that's one of the distinguishing marks of Mecha Tankies. One, the revolutionary subject for us is the mecha working class. The truckers, the farmers, the heavy industry workers, right? Number two, we believe in a material patriotism. We don't believe in a civic patriotism. We don't believe in that civic type of one. We believe in a material patriotism that's based in something deep, some deep reality. That's just not reducible to an idea, right? And then another thing, we are against and fully reject cultural liberalism. We don't accept any bourgeois discursive, whatever the fuck, cringy fucks, right? Another aspect of Mecha Tankies is we are future-oriented, future vision. We're the top of culture. We're not cringe. We're 100% based. And it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things like that, all right? And in this way, we will never again be associated with these cringe fucking based.
Middle Peasants Revolt.
That's exactly it. Another thing. Mecha Tankies are Mecha Tankies are different from the other kinds, also in the sense that I literally lost my train of thought. I got distracted. What the fuck was I saying? What the fuck was I saying? I literally lost my train of thought. I literally lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. We are pro-Chinese in the Sino-Soviet split, and we reject Khrushchev's secret speech. Absolutely. We side with China during the Sino-Soviet split. And we believe in unleashing the forces of production. So we're Dengists. We're mega Dengists, all right? We believe in the get rich as glorious type of unleash the forces of production. So this is a very strict criterion. This is an exclusive thing. Not just anyone can be a Mecha Tankie, all right? We are the elite of the elite. And, you know, I'm gonna just point this out. You know whose fucking profile picture I really think represents the aesthetic of a Mecha Tankie? Did he get banned? Oh, here he is. He didn't get banned. This dude, look at this. Look at this fucking picture. This is a Mecha Tankie. All right? I always see this on my Twitter, and I'm praising this. This is Rev. All right? Rev, he's got it down. That's what we're about. You understand? We've got that exoskeleton. This is a Mecha Tankie. This is exactly what a Mecha Tankie looks like. All right? That's the aesthetic. This is an aesthetic leader. You understand? This is leading the wolf pack in terms of the vibe. This is a Mecha Tankie. All right? That's what we're talking about. We got that exoskeleton and we got that infrared globe. And, you know, shout out everybody repping that infrared globe in their profile pictures. I think I'm going to do that soon. Soon as I get a new profile picture, I'm making my background the infrared background. This is the Mecha Tankie aesthetic. We're not doing this fucking cringe ass, you know, this bullshit ass motherfucking, we're PATSOCS. I don't like this Star Spangled Banner pantaloons. We're not the pantaloons, you know? Patsoc reminds me of Uncle Sam pantaloons. We're not doing the Uncle Sam pantaloons. We're looking into the 2020s. We are future-oriented, modern military aesthetic. We don't have this. You know what the Mecha Tankie aesthetic is? Look at this shit. Look at this shit. This is a Mecha Tankie aesthetic right here. Look at this. Look at this. Fuck, hold on, let me get this shit. I'm gonna show you what a Mecha Tankie looks like, all right? I'm gonna show you what this looks like. Look at this. Look at this. That's a Mecha Tankie, you understand? This is a Mecha Tankie, you understand? Look at this. That's a Mecha Tankie. The soul patch and the hair is cringe, but you see this armor, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Y'all are starting to understand. Y'all are starting to understand. Y'all are starting to understand, all right? Y'all are starting to understand that we got this shit going. Look at this. We don't discriminate. We got male and female. Who said it's a male boys only club? We got outfits for females and males. This is what a Mecha Tankie married couple looks like. If y'all are in a relationship and y'all are in a marriage, y'all both have to start wearing this every day if you want to be part of the Mecha Tankies. Every single day you got to wear some shit like this. And if your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband refuses, you got to divorce them and break ties with them. Because we don't have weak links no more. You understand? We're going into the 2020s. We're entering into the 17th dimension and we're leaving behind all the weak links. But, you know, I swear to God, there's someone who's taking this shit seriously. Please don't. I'm just joking. I'm literally joking. Now, for real, because I've done this shit before, and then I get DMs like, Haas, I listened to your advice, but my girlfriend actually, bruh, this was not a, please, all right? Anyway, so y'all, I just gotta tell somebody, you know, I'm being hyperbolic. I'm not being literal. Don't be divorcing your wife because, yeah, but anyway, you understand. You get what's going on, right? You get what's going on. You understand what's going on, right? You understand what's going on, right? We got this new thing going on. We got this new vibe going on. We got this new aesthetic that's going on. And this is what's going to distinguish us from the weak links. We don't tolerate cringe. And I'm going to tell you, the pantaloon Socdems, that's cringe as fuck. We don't do that pantaloon. That was never the intention. We have the Fan Wenan aesthetic. We have the Fan Wenan aesthetic. Solidarity with the farmers. Solidarity with the truckers. Solidarity with the heavy industry. The exo-peasants. The peasants with exoskeletons. The workers with exoskeletons. Death Stranding. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Even if you're an Uber Eats driver, even if you're a gig economy worker, even if you're doing DoorDash and shit, your car is your exoskeleton. If you're a delivery man, you got an exoskeleton. You understand? You bringing tools to work, you got an exoskeleton. You understand? This is the real working class of the 2020s. This is the working class of the future. This is the working class in the age of multipolarity in the 21st century, okay? We all got exoskeletons. And that does not make you petite bourgeois. That makes you the revolutionary subject. In contrast to the fucking lumpen Chaz people. Thank you so much, Fourth Independent. Appreciate you.
If you have time, please react to the cringe new Bad Mouse video on Tankies.
Fucking a guy named Bad Mouse. A fucking guy named Bad Mouse talking about Tankies. Good morning, Revolutions, Emirio. A guy named he's talking about Tankies. He's talking about liberals who are sometimes like, we should not nuke North Korea. You're a tankie, you're a tankie. Motherfucker, we are North Korea. We are Mecha Tankies. And we are the DPRK. That is our soul. Motherfucker. Bro, we're on that Kampuchea energy. You don't understand Mecha Tankies. You don't understand our fucking level. We're the worst nightmare of these bad mouse. You're talking about tankies? You're complaining that you're scared of tankies and you're like disturbed by tankies? Bitch, we're Mecha Tankies. We're way worse than those fucking tankies. Motherfuckers, we venerate Genghis Khan. We fucking venerate the Mongol Empire. Those tankies, they're liberals compared to us. Every single tankie you know is a fucking liberal compared to us. Hakeem is a fucking soylent bread tube lib shit compared to us because we're fucking Mecha Tankies. Alright? So don't worry about people bitching about tankies when we are literally sharks in the water. Motherfucking Jaws in this bitch. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Those fucking tankies that they're talking about, those are little fucking goldfish in the water. Motherfucker, we're great white sharks in an ocean about to eat these lib shit leftist whole. You understand? So understand the threat of what a Mecha Tankie is. Okay, understand the threat of Mecha Tankies and what we represent. Because Paul Mason, you dumb little bitch. Paul Mason, we are infused with mysticism. We are infused with the occult. We are infused with world history, motherfucking Genghis Khan and the Mongol Empire. We are Islamic fundamentalists. We're the goddamn Taliban in this bitch. I'm just kidding, YouTube. But Paul Mason, we are your worst nightmare, motherfucker. I was just kidding about the Taliban thing. Because it's not allowed, right? Anyway, you gotta understand the type of energy we're on. We are Orthodox Christian and we're Western Christians. We're Orthodox Jews. We're every type of religion. We're Hindus, we're Buddhists, we're Tantrists. We represent the tradition. We represent pure, undistilled fire of religiosity. And we're gonna fucking burn Babylon to the ground. That's what a Mecha Tankie is. Oh, that's another thing about Mecha Tankies, all right? Mecha Tankies may be atheists, but even the Mecha Tankies who are atheists are still traditional. They still believe in the truth of religions. That there's like substantive truth in all the religions. So we're not Reddit atheists. We're not those Khrushchevite people who are like, it's science. We're not like, we're fucking dark and evil, okay? Even those of us who are atheists, we literally believe in forces. We believe in forces, okay? So that's another defining feature of Mecha Tankies, all right? So Mecha Tankies, there's all sorts of characteristics of Mecha Tankies, but just know we are worse. We are worse. We are worse than the worst tanky you could ever fucking imagine. We are Mecha Tankies. Also, mechas are Eurasianist. Mechas are Eurasianist. Metal Gear Solid are nuclear weapons that are loaded onto land vehicles. Land-based mechanical modern power. That's what mechas represent. Mechas mean a lot of things to us, but represents one, augmentation of labor in the age of socialism. Two, Eurasianist land-based power. Three, unleashing the forces of production. Four, Heideggerian techno-Stalinism. 5, tankies that believe in humanity. We're tankies with a human form. That's what a mecha represents. A mecha's got the armor of a tank, but it has a human form because we represent it. We're the goddamn gorillas and sons. We represent the beating heart of humanity, resisting the fucking agenda of the globalist elites to turn us into fucking cyborgs or whatever the fuck transhumanistic shit they're trying to do to us, making us eat bugs and shit. So we believe in humanity, the beating, palpitating heart of humanity, resisting the Malthusian degrowth agenda. So that's what a tankie represents. See, a tankie represents a mecha represents the human form of technology. This is what's gonna happen, guys. We're gonna get into a big ass mecha, and the globalists are gonna unleash a kaiju. They're gonna unleash a Malthusian kaiju to engage in population reduction and restore nature. We're gonna load up into our fucking Jaegers, into our fucking mechas, and we're gonna fucking box those goddamn fucking kaijus that the fucking globalist elites are trying to unleash onto humanity, and we're gonna win. That's what a Mecha Tankie represents. You understand? Pacific Rim type of shit. Pacific Rim type of shit. You understand? That's what we represent. That's what we represent. Let it be known. Let it resound throughout all of the corners of the internet that the Mecha Tankies are here. We're not about that bitch shit. That PATSOC. What the fuck is a PATSOC? That don't mean shit. We're Mecha Tankies. We're Mecha Tankies. We believe in apocalyptic cosmism. We believe in the wandering earth. Do you want to know what the Mecha Tankie plan is? Y'all know what we're gonna do, right? When we get into power, we're going year 0 for the whole Earth on a planetary scale. We're gonna outfit the Earth with giant mega thrusters, and we're gonna turn the fucking Earth into a spaceship, and we're going to a new sun. And we're doing it. It's happening. We're already doing it. We're already building them. And the globalists don't know about it. George Soros don't know about it. I'm building one in my backyard. And then when the time comes, when we get to 50,000 concurrent viewers, I'm going to say, all right, everybody press the red button. The thrusters are going to go up into a blaze, and the Earth is going to start moving, and there's nothing. And by the way, this was going to happen. Thank you,
Anime
Bliss.
is cringe, but Gurren Lagann represents this aesthetic low-key.
I'm going to look that up in a second. But here's the thing, guys. We're going to press the button. It's going to happen. And then, Haas, without the sun, won't everyone die? Not the Chosens. So the Mecha Tankies are going to be wearing mecha suits. And we're going to suit up, and we're going to have like oxygen tanks and shit. And then everybody who don't got these suits, kick rocks, learn to code. I don't know what to tell you. Not everybody's going to make it, but we're going to be on our way to that new sun. And that's the cult. That's the infrared cult. All right, this is the secret cult. We're all building thrusters, and only the chosen will survive. All you have to do is click like on the stream and you'll survive, and you'll get one sent to your house. All you have to do is click like on the stream and you're going to get these exoskeletons. For legal reasons, this is literally a joke, and also for non-legal reasons. Like, in case you're autistic or something, it's literally a joke. I'm just fucking talking shit right now. Give me a second. I gotta get shit out of my nose.
Good morning, revolution.
How did I miss that? Good morning, revolution, Amirio. Good morning, revolution. Good morning, revolution. We're having a good morning revolution today, are we not? Chad, are we not? Blowing the nose is code for doing blow. You want me to literally suck out the phlegm from my nose and spit on the camera? Because that's what I've been doing. I have phlegm, whatever you fucking call that, literally in the back of my nose. And look, I'm sucking it out right now. You want it? You want it? You want it? You want it? Give me a sec. I literally have to spit it out. So you understand that to be a Mecha Tankie, right? You gotta have the aesthetic. The reason we had weak links like Ewoks, the Yankee Tankie, and that incel guy who never mind. The reason we had people like that among our ranks is because they were able to blend in with us because we didn't distinguish ourselves enough. Oh, they're PATSOCS. I'm patriotic too. No, you're fucking cringe is what you are. We're goddamn post-World War II motorcycle gangs. Motherfucker. We're Mecha Tankies. That's what we are. The vibe has always been. The vibe has always been unleashing the forces of production plus populism, rugged populism. Thank you for the independence.
Bad Mouse is allegedly pro-tanky but is concerned about other tankies supporting the bad guys, by which he means bricks.
So on Twitter, guys, I want y'all to start a hashtag movement right now. Hashtag Mecha Tankies. Matter of fact, I'm going to start it myself by sharing the stream onto Twitter. And then let me do this hashtag. Mecha Tankies Rising. Mecha Tankies Rising. Alright? Mecha Tankies Rising. We are Mecha Tankies. Alright? And we got this whole aesthetic and this whole vibe down. We're not gonna have these cringe motherfuckers in our ranks anymore. We're gonna cut them out and cut them off. We don't want this cringe ass shit. Bunch of fucking baby bitch wreckers and shit. Well, we don't represent your old style ways of being failures. We're not failures like you. We're winners. We don't have your fucking mentality of like, no. You know what Mecha Tankies are? Mecha Tankies is what Jason Onruhe would have become if he never went cringe. If Jason Onruhe never adopted the Antifa aesthetic, he would have become a Mecha Tankie. We Mecha Tankies, we represent all of the tankies who got forgotten in the past decade, who were what's wrong with my beard? Huh? What the fuck's going on? We represent all of those tankies in the past decade who like were motherfuckers getting Soviet flags in their garage in Idaho, who was playing strategy games and shit, was basically like interested in Soviet history and World War II, and they got into becoming tankies because they liked, military history and shit. And Those type of motherfuckers. That's who we represent. The Jason Onruhes who used to wear North Korea costumes and shit on camera. All right. But we don't got these people who are like leftists, right? These revisionist motherfuckers, leftists, who are like, oh yeah, I'm a corporate bourgeois, I'm a leftist, I'm a progressive, but I'm just, no, get the fuck out of here, bitch. We don't got room for you. We don't have room for people like you, okay? We represent the OG Tankies, the final evolution of Tankie 2.0. That's what we are, Tankies 2.0. The evolution of the Red Alert Tankies, all right? That's what we represent. That's what we represent. Tankies 2.0. Okay? Not the, and this is again what Jason Onruhe would have become if he never LARPed as Antifa. If only he never LARPed, he started wearing that leather jacket or Antifa shit, it all went downhill. It all went downhill. All right? So that's the Mecha Tankie movement. We're starting the movement. We're initiating the movement. Fourth Independent, did I not thank you? Thank you, Fourth Independent. Appreciate you. But that's what we're doing. We're starting the movement. We're starting the trend. We're starting the tendency. It's going to be something that will resonate throughout the halls of the earth. We're going to deck the balls with bells of holly. Deck the halls with bells of holly. Fa la 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 la. Man, I don't know what I'm saying. I sound like a crackhead. I'm sorry. I lost control. I lost track of what I was saying. But anyway. Now, in more seriousness, right? I want some aesthetic guidelines just to take into consideration, not to force, but just infrared vision type of shit. You know, this stream is going to be very visual. It's going to be very like vibe oriented. And it's going to be like woke gorilla type of stream, right? Because I like where the community's heading. I really like where it's been heading, but I just think we need to cut off these weak links to finally distinguish ourselves, right? And the purge is already in motion, right? People who crossed, I'm not going to talk about it, but yeah, the purge is already in motion, okay? And we've got that modern military aesthetic, all right? We look like motherfucking General Zod in this bitch. That's the fucking move. All right? That's the fucking move. We got the Wandering Earth. We got a whole artistic, cultural revolution going. All right? And, you know, one of the other reasons we got to distinguish ourselves is because patriotism is the default. We've already turned our back on the anti-patriot MLs, but we also got to turn our back on the fake patriot MLs who are like these liberal civic nationalist types and who don't believe in the mecha working class like we do. We believe in the owner-operators. We believe in the farmers, the heavy industry workers, and we're Mecha Tankies to the max. Over and out. One thing we should also adopt from the libertarian, whatever conservative movement is the military aesthetic. We should appropriate the modern US military's technology aesthetic, not their symbols and shit, but just like the technology aesthetic type of thing. You know how those motherfuckers are like, Ghost Recon, over and out, some type of shit like that. That's what I'm saying, man. That's the vibe. That's the vibe, you know what I mean? That's the Mecha Tankie exoskeleton vibe, all right? Not just American, but Russian, everything. We're going to Chinese, modern military aesthetic, okay? That's what we're about. That's what we're about. Mecha Tankie aesthetic. Ghost Recon Eurasianism. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Thermal vision. Infrared heat vision. That's what I'm talking
Law of
about.
the gatekeepers.
Absolutely, Diogenes. Absolutely, we're going to get rid of these motherfucking gatekeepers. Fourth Independent.
Bricks is
Fourth
Mecca.
Independent. Fourth Independent. Fourth Independent. Independence Day, right? Yeah. 2020's warlord type of vibe. That's what we're doing. Aliens versus Predator. Bro, Mirik shared this photo of some fighters in the Donbass, And holy shit, this is the vibe. I'm gonna show you the vibe right now. He shared this shit. Bro, where is it? I gotta scroll through his shit. Well, here it is. Yo, that's what we're talking about. This is Tankie 2.0. So Tankie 1.0, they was on that old World War II kind of Cold War aesthetic. This is Tankie 2.0 aesthetic. All right, modern military with this slight red right here. Just a full modern camouflage military, digital camouflage, whatever. And then we got this one red cloth. That is sick as fuck. That's what we are. That's what we represent. This is the vibe, all right? This is what a CPUSA 2036 Civil War soldier is going to look like and during the warlord era of America in 2036. This is what the CPUSA People's Liberation Army is going to be fucking looking like, all right? That's what we represent. That's what we're that's the vibrations that we're on. That's the vision that we're on, all right? That's the type of shit that we're on. Tankies 2.0. Tankie 2, but we eat pogans for breakfast when we're Tankies 2.0. You thought Tankies were bad? We're the second generation iteration of Tankies, motherfucker. iRobot type of Tankies. You know what I mean? Second iteration, second generation. Powering up. Second generation of Tankies is in deployment. We're the fucking Terminators, bitch. We're Skynet sent from 2036 to exterminate the Bai's War rhetorically. Mecha Tankies are Terminators sent from 2036 to terminate all of the cringe elements of the left. No joke. Repeat after me. I want y'all to tweet this and even make it a hashtag. Mecha Tankies are Terminators from 2036 sent to exterminate cringe from the left. I want y'all to tweet that in a whole hashtag. I want y'all to tweet that in an entire hashtag. I'm gonna make a hashtag. Fuck it. I'll be the pack leader. Let me do it. A new era is here. Let me get this hashtag going. Give me a sec. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's gonna catch on. That's gonna be trending on Twitter. Look at this hashtag. This shit's gonna be trending on Twitter. All right, you better believe this is gonna be trending on Twitter, okay? You better believe this is gonna be trending on Twitter. You better believe this is gonna be trending on Twitter. Thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people sharing this shit. You just wait. You just wait. You just wait. You just wait. Mecha Tankies are Terminators sent from 2036 to exterminate cringe from the left. We're making that trending. We're making that trending, all right? We're making that trend. Damn, we already got those likes. We already got 33 likes on that tweet. It's only been 30 seconds, all right? We're on that Metal Gear Rising type of shit. Mecha Tankies Rising type of shit. Mecha Tankies Rising. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking. I like this reply. I like this reply. Hell yeah, that's what we're talking about. This is the revolutionary subject. This dude right here. This is a based motherfucker. Somebody find this guy, I'll interview him. And I'll say, you are leading the trend. You are leading the way, sir. And we salute him. Salute this dude. That's the working class. 1000%. That's what we're talking about. That's exactly what we're talking about. Mecha Tankies rising. We are Mecha Tankies. If you are a worker and you bring your tools, you use your tools at work, you're driving your car to work, you got your construction equipment, you got your equipment. You got your equipment. You got your equipment. You are a mecha worker. You're an exo-peasant / mecha worker. And you are the revolutionary subject. You are the revolutionary subject. If you've got a mecha of any kind, you are the revolutionary subject. You can bring change to this country through united solidarity and action. Just like the truckers, just like the farmers, just like the French yellow vest who, you know, the yellow vest was the first mecha suit in iteration. Bruh, in 5 years, it's not going to be yellow vests. It's going to be the yellow mechs, okay? We're going to have giant ass yellow construction mechs created by fucking whatever fucking construction company. And they're going to be roaming the streets. All right, they're going to be roaming the streets. Worse than the yellow vests. Worse than the yellow vests. We're going to have mechs, yellow construction mechs. All right. And they're going to be leading demonstrations in the streets. And this is what this chicken shit ruling class fears. That's what George Soros is scared of. That's what Carl Schwab is scared of. That's what all these ghouls are fucking scared of. They're not scared of, you know, some goddamn motherfucking grad student unions. They're scared of the mecha exo-peasants rising up and taking back their country. And that's what we represent. We're Mecha Tankies wandering Earth. We are Mecha Tankies. All right? You better believe it. You better believe it. And patriotism, that's a given. That's part of it. We're conservative. What does that mean, conservative? We are modern conservatism. You know what modern conservatism means? It means we represent the solid values of steel. We are avant-garde Russian cosmist conservatives. We're the men of steel like Stalin. We believe in the solid steel as the underlying basis of human values. We don't believe in this airy-fairy lib shit bullshit. We're based communist conservatives. You understand? We're North Korean conservatives. You know what that means? North Korean conservatives. Patriotic socialism with Chinese and robot characteristics. You're onto it. You're onto it. You're a little bit onto it. It's called Mecha Tankies. It's called Mecha Tankies. And we're all over the world. We Mecha Tankies. We're not just in America and Europe. We're all over the world. We Mecha Tankies. We're all over the world. And this is the workers of the 21st century, the proletariat, the working class, the 21st century. MHD Indonesian Mecha Tankie reporting for duty.
Indonesian Mecha Tankie reporting
Hell
for duty.
yeah. We got a base of operations in Indonesia. We got Indonesian Mecha Tankies ready, standing by for orders for the international Mecha Tankie uprising. All right, cat mechs. Yeah, we got those cat mechs. All right. So we got Indonesian Mecha Tankies. We got Mecha Tankies across the world. We got Taliban Mecha Tankies. I'm just kidding. You know what I'm saying? We got Taliban tech Mecha Tankies. We got Mecha Tankies across the world. Can we get to the announcement? Motherfucker, this is the announcement. What did you think that? What did you think it was? What did you think it was? Y'all, imagine the Taliban in a mecha suit. And imagine the mecha itself has a beard, a robotic beard. That's what we represent. That's the vibe we're on. That's what we represent. We're Sharia law technologists. We're Sharia law techno-communists. You want to sum up our ideology? It's Sharia law techno-communism. And that's what we're about. All right, it's the Mecha Taliban. That's what we're talking about. All right, we're Chechens in this bitch. We're the Chechen modern military. The modern Chechen military. They got these fucking crazy robotic exoskeleton suits, and then they got these big beards poking out. That's what we represent. All right, that's what we represent. And that's what we're talking about. We're Chechens in this bitch. Mecha Tankies.
Based.
You need to create some other base, outer heaven type-ish in Minecraft.
No, Minecraft is medieval. That's a medieval aesthetic. In Minecraft, the aesthetic is Mongol, okay? We don't do that. I get so turned off in Minecraft when people start making modern shit. I'm like, bro, I don't want to play this shit. I don't want to play it anymore. This is cringy and it's unaesthetic and it's unpleasing. Minecraft's a game where it's like you're just chilling and shit. I don't want to deal with modern life in Minecraft, all right? But anyway, yeah, we're on that mecha type of shit. You know what I mean? And it's all over the world. We got mecha Mexicans. We got mecha Mexicans, all right? We got mecha cowboy Mexicans. Reconquista. Cowboy mecha Mexicans are part of infrared, all right? We got that thing going on. We got big truck Mexican transformers. The big trucks are transforming into mecha suits. Transformers. Retaking Texas and California. That's part of it too. Yeah, we got mecha Ethiopians too. We got it all over the world. All over the world we got this going on. All right? We got this all over the world. Okay? All over the earth we have this going on. It's an international movement. Okay? Mecha Tank, if y'all wanna report in your locations, you have Mecha Tankies reporting in from Iran. Mecha Tankies reporting in from India. Mecha Tankies reporting in from Korea, Unified Korea. Democratic People's Republic of Korea is the only Korea, by the way. Mecha Tankies reporting in from Africa. Mecha Tankies reporting in. You know what I mean? That's what we got. That's the vibe we're on. It's global. We represent the infrared globe, okay? It's a global movement across the whole world. It's taking the internet by storm. If I must be honest, I'm not here to create. I'm just telling y'all what's going on. Like, listen, it's an international movement. I'm just here reporting to you the news. This is news. I'm just here reporting to you the news right now, okay? We got, everybody's talking about, you know, these TikTokers? Bella, you can build a bitch. Oh, what was her name? Bella. Bella Porsche. Bella Porsche is talking about Mecha Tankies. Bella Porsche has been talking about this shit. I saw it on TikTok. She was making a TikTok and she's like, there's this new Mecha Tankie movement and I'm joining it because it's actually super cool. Bro, everybody's getting on board with this shit. Everybody is. Everybody is. Everybody's getting on board. Everybody's joining the movement. Everybody who's anybody, okay? Jake Paul was just talking about it. I heard him talk about it. He was saying, yeah, after my boxing career, I think Mecha Tankie is the next career I'm taking up as a Mecha Tankie promoter. Bruh, you got to get on this shit because everybody's joining in. Everybody. Vosh coming. Vosh ain't coming shit, man. What the hell are you talking about? Vosh is the opposite. Motherfucking Mecha Tankies, we're the tortoise shell. Vosh, he looks like a turtle without a shell. That motherfucker's soft as hell.
You even got Mecha Tankies in Japan.
Hell yeah,
07.
we got Mecha Tankies in Japan. Thank you so much, Paper Win. Shout out Japan. Shout out Paper Win in Japan. Hell yeah, we got Mecha Tankies in Japan. We got Mecha Tankies across the world. Kanye West is on this Mecha Tanky shit. Let me show you Kanye West Mecha. I'll show you. I'll prove it to you. I'm gonna show it to you. Okay. I'm gonna show it to you. He's admitting it here in an interview, right? He just admitted it. Kanye West, no joke. This ain't a joke. This is not a false alarm. This is not this is not pretend. This is not like some kind of, prank. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look what's going on. That's what it is. That's what it is. Post-apocalyptic. We got to get Kim out of here. Yeah, look at that. That's Mecha Tanky. That's what we're talking about. The wide open American expanse. The wide open Wild West. See, in America, we are the cowboys. All right, we got that Wild West type of thing going on in America. We believe in the vast open plains. We're Mecha Tankies in the Wild West. We got a cowboy aesthetic here in America, right? That's what we got. Taliban Mecha Tankies. We got cowboy Mecha Tankies. We got every type. We got Great Plains Mecha Tankies in the Great Plains. Yeah, we got Detroit. That's where they're going to be manufactured, okay? Detroit is where the exoskeletons are manufactured. And then, it's like, that's the beating, palpitating industrial hub, okay? So, yeah, we got this shit going. We got this shit going on. Our mecha is just as important to us as our horse. A mecha is just as important as a horse. So if you're a worker and you're doing that job, you went to trade school and you got that toolbox with you, that's your mecha. Okay? Mechas come in all shapes and sizes. And don't give me some, I don't want to hear no goddamn office pencil pushing. Hi, is my laptop a mecha? No, it's not. No, it's not. If you're a damn student, your pencil is not a mecha, okay? Just being clear. If you work for LinkedIn, you don't got a mecha, okay? I don't got a mecha personally. Actually, my computer is a mecha, actually, because I represent the media, working class media. So that's why. So I do have a spiritual mecha, just not a literal
Easy
one.
mech suits.
Thank you so much, Base Tanky. Thank you so much. Infrared is a multimedia project that bases its style and its aesthetic on the mecha working class. That's what it's about. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Okay, we are getting there. We are getting there, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting there. Look at this. You're about to hear it. You're about to hear it. You're about to hear it. That's another fact of Mecha Tankies. We believe in there we go.
Mecha Tankies powered by abiotic oil reserves in Texas.
That's exactly what you get it. You get it. Mecha Tankies also, okay, this is another thing. Mecha Tankies reject the green deception. We reject the green deception, and we believe in abiotic oil. And we believe in the deep hot biosphere. So that's another fact about Mecha Tankies. If you're not against the Malthusian green agenda, you are not a Mecha Tanky.
Yeah.
If you're into solar punk, you're not a Mecha Tanky. If you buy into the green agenda, you are not a Mecha Tanky. Okay? Yeah, we're not against solar, but that's not our whole aesthetic. You have to understand, okay? So you cannot be on board with the Malthusian climate agenda and be a Mecha Tanky. It's incompatible. You can't be part of us. You're not part of our clan. You're not part of our group. You're not part of our tribe, okay? Our tribe, we believe in unleashing the forces of production to the point of the destruction of the entire biosphere. I'm just kidding. But like, we're extreme, okay? We're extreme. And we don't see, this is why we're not against, let me tell you the truth. We are geo ecologists. You know what that means? We don't believe in green. Green is just a sliver. That's a little tiny shit sliver on top of a molten plate tectonic geological earth. We believe in deep geology. We believe in the deep geology. We believe in the molten lava of plate tectonics and the destructive power of geology to give birth to life as we know it, the Freudian death drive. That's the type of shit that we're on. We are abiotic oil tankies, all right? We don't worship the green. We worship the fire. We don't worship that fucking cringy green. Oh, the green people, they're the scum of the earth. You know why? Because greens, it's the perfect fucking analogy. Shut the fuck up and listen to me right now. Strap your seatbelt in and listen to me right now. I am literally about to enlighten you. I'm so fucking pissed there's only 300 people here. There should literally be 1,000 people here hearing this message right now. Green environmentalists take for granted geology in the same way that the professional managerial parasites take for granted the mecha working class. It's the exact same analogy. It's the exact same analogy. It's the same fucking thing. While the heavy duty industry workers are going into the inferno of the mines and mining shit and building shit and doing real shit, oil rigs and shit like that, making sure all these fucking people can have electricity and places to eat and live, and the farmers are toiling the fields and shit. These fucking PMC parasite pieces of shit. Green. That green you're fucking worshiping, that green comes from geological disasters, geological catastrophes, earthquakes, tsunamis, crazy geological turmoil is what gives rise to the beauty of life as we know it. You can't have one without the other. You can't be saying, I believe in the green trees. And no, green is cringe. I don't give a fuck about green. Forest fires have a rejuvenating effect. You know that? You know, forest fires, they clear the way and then beautiful things only emerge after the destructive inferno of the forest fire, for example. So we don't worship that green. We are not on board with the green aesthetic and the green environment. Fuck the green movement. Everyone in the chat, let's get it going. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Fuck the green movement. Fuck the green movement. But you can't say the F word in chat, so give me the Jason, the green movement. Jason, the green movement. There we go. There we go. Let me see it in the chat. I want to see oceans.
Good morning, revolution.
Thank you, Emirio. Thank you, Emirio. Let me see that in the chat. Jason, the green movement. Jason, the green movement in the chat. There we go. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see in the chat. Okay, that's what I want to see. That's exactly what I'm trying to see. That's exactly what I'm trying to see. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. We are geological. We're going to open a chasm into the bowels of the earth and unleash a volcano of revolutionary turmoil and chaos upon the lands of liberalism. That's what we have in store. We're going to open a vast chasm into the heart, the sacral heart of the land, and out will pour the volcanic eruptions. Motherfucker, we're on that Yellowstone vibe. We're Yellowstone. Let's start calling ourselves Yellowstone socialists. Yellowstone socialists. That's another thing. If you live in America, call yourself a Yellowstone socialist. Yellowstone socialist. I want you to start calling yourself a Yellowstone socialist. All right? That's what American patriotism... See, people don't understand this. People don't understand. They think, Hans, what do you mean by patriotism? Do you mean like the Star Spangled Banner? No. I mean Yellowstone. I'm patriotic for Yellowstone. That's what it means. Yellowstone socialism. I'm patriotic for the deep terrestrial basis of communities and humanity and life and reality in the cosmos as we know it. I'm interested in the deep, destructive potential of the terrestrial realities we take for granted, be they national or anything else. That's what we believe in. We're not patriotic socialists. We're Yellowstone socialists. You understand? We're Yellowstone socialists. We're not patriotic thousands. We're Yellowstone socialists. That's our patriotism. Our patriotism is Yellowstone patriotism. We're rebranding, guys. We're not going to buy this shit that they've been throwing on us. When do I want to do this shit? We're Yellowstone socialists. That's what country means to us. Our love for our country is the same thing as the eruption of the Yellowstone volcano. The destructive potential of the earthly and terrestrial reality of the people.
Stone Cold Yellowstone.
Absolutely, Dostoevsky. New hashtag. Yellowstone socialism. The destructive potential of the terrestrial reality of the people. Yellowstone socialism. Yellowstone socialism, the destructive potential of the terrestrial reality of the people. Yellowstone socialism, the destructive potential of the terrestrial reality of the people. It's only like 5 words. Y'all can fit it in. I'm announcing a cultural revolution. We're doing a whole vibe shift. Because this Patsoc label, that has been a psyop. Got cringy motherfuckers, dead weight motherfuckers joining our ranks. Fuck these motherfuckers. Cut these people off. We're Mecha Tankies. We are Mecha Tankies. Yellowstone socialists. That's what it is. Yellowstone. I like that. We got a lot of new labels and terms. Yellowstone socialist. That's what we're talking about. It's beautiful. Isn't it beautiful to have clarity? Isn't it a beautiful thing to have clarity, ladies and gentlemen, in a sea of deception and lies and bullshit? Isn't it beautiful to be out of clarity? Anyway, guys, we're going to start getting into our Twitter space because we're going to announce this to Twitter. We're announcing this to Twitter, okay? Yeah, yo, infrared is back, motherfucker. Look at this. Look at this by Prism. That's what we're talking about. Infrared is back. Infrared is back, motherfucker. That's the aesthetic we gotta return to and bring back, motherfucker. That's what it is. We are back. We are so goddamn back, okay? That's how we started off. Look at this shit. Y'all are starting to understand. I'm going to give that a like. Okay? I'm going to give that a... Oh, shit. This is going to take you by storm. This is going to take shit by storm. That's exactly what y'all get it. Y'all seem to get it, don't you? I'm starting this movement. I'm kindling this fire. Mecha Tankies rising. Y'all get it. Look at this. I'm liking all of this. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, that's interesting. I like it. I don't understand it that well, but I thought this was the head. Okay, this is sick as fuck. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, that's sick as fuck. Let me see. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah, that's what we're talking about. Damn, ZK, thank you so much, man. Putting that in the mecha fun, because we're getting a real-life infrared mecha. That's based as fuck. This is based as fuck, y'all. Hell yeah, that's the classic. I'm making this an emote. If any of you guys can make this into an emote, I'll just quickly add it. I can add it right now, actually. I can add it right now. You want me to add it right now? If you guys can make this into an emote right now, I'll just add it. I'll just add it to the YouTube right now. Alright, I can't like this one. Alright, bro, you lost me here. I don't... Bro, what is that? What is that? Reginald Balls. Bro, what is that? Bro, there's nothing about this shit I can endorse. I'm sorry, there's not... Bro, what is this peanut? Alright, I can't endorse any of that. I'm sorry. Hell yeah, okay. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. Okay. That's a bit lazy, bruh. Yeah, okay.
Good morning, Revolution.
That's sick as fuck. Yo, thank you so much, Lionel. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you so much. Hell yeah, Rev is the pack leader. Y'all, all credit to Rev, because Rev is the one who started this shit. Just like in the Cultural Revolution, you had these students that started shit. What's his name again? Lei Feng, right? I don't know if that was the Cultural Revolution, but follow the example of Comrade Lei Feng. Follow the example of Comrade Rev. That's what we gotta say. Follow the example of Comrade Rev. Pack leader. If I pronounce Lei Feng wrong, I apologize. I didn't mean to offend or anything. Yo, this is sick as fuck. This is sick. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. This is sick as fuck. That is sick as fuck. Look at that shit. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Yo, oh, I love all of these. I'm loving all of these. Damn, this is gonna be so sick. This is gonna be so sick, guy. I cannot wait for all the content that comes that's inspired by this stream today. I am so excited for this new era. I approve this too.
Fire Walk with Me is the best Lynch movie.
Thank you so much, Louis Farrakhan. That's what we're talking. We're doing Nation of Islam with mecha characteristics, okay? Hell yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Hell yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, this is exactly what the vibe shift. This is exactly what we represent. This is exactly the type of shit that we're on. This is exactly the vibe shift that we're about, okay? This is exactly what we're about, okay? Please make a clip of your Jordan Peterson reaction. I am gonna do that. Actually, that's actually a very good idea. I should do that. I should do that. Thank you for the two. But yeah, I should do that. You're right. That's actually a good idea. What video is that from again? I'll just download the VOD right now. And I'll just make the clip as soon as I can. But yeah, I think I am gonna do that. Guys, I like how you're understanding for the most part. Okay? I like how you're understanding for the most part. Let's check this out. This is an interview with one of the farmers. This is relevant. This is relevant. Let's check it out. Nice. That's a mecha. That's a mecha worker. That's an exo-peasant in their mecha, okay? That's what we're talking about. That's exactly what we're talking. This is a movement. This is a movement. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna basically do our Twitter space now, because we're gonna announce this to the world. Okay. We're gonna announce this to the world. We're announcing this to the world, okay? So, check original content on Discord. Oh, give me a second. Let me check this out. Hell yeah, okay, this shit is getting cool. Yo, look at this. That is based as fuck. That is sick as fuck. Based as fuck. See, guys, the key, you gotta have a combination of nature with the technology. Just like this. You know what I mean? Looks sick as fuck, alright? So let's do this Twitter space. And we're gonna do this space. Emergency crisis announcement. So we're doing that, and we're gonna do the... All right, we're getting into the nitty-gritty of the debate. All right, we're gonna get into this debate. We're gonna announce this to Twitter, and this is an emergency. This is an emergency, okay? This is a huge emergency. All right, this is a really big emergency. This is a really big crisis. I don't know what to say. I don't know where else I'm gonna be able to announce this, but this is actually urgent news. I gotta share with the world. This is earth-shattering revelations. You guys are going to be the first to hear this, actually. This is an emergency. This is actually extremely serious. I want nobody to underestimate the seriousness of what's going on. This is an extremely urgent emergency announcement that I'm going to be having to make. I want to get a sufficient amount of people here before I announce it. But let's just say, don't take this lightly, because this is a crisis. This is fucking big. This is one of the biggest events and biggest announcements I've made since I've started the Infrared Show. And this is an emergency, and the entire Twitter left's got to hear this shit. Y'all got to understand this is an emergency announcement. All right, let's start with the announcement. Ready? We are dropping the Patsoc label because it's cringe. We're adopting Mecha Tankies. We are Mecha Suit Tankies, Metal Gear Solid Tankies, and we're Tankies 2.0, iteration 2.0. I'm announcing this right now. The Patsoc thing, that's not even a thing. Mecha Tankies are patriotic by nature, but that's not enough to distinguish ourselves. So let me tell you what Mecha Tankies believe in. Mecha Tankies believe in the Mecha working class / the exo-peasant, such as the Canadian truckers and the Dutch farmers, as well as the French yellow vests, and that's kind of the vibe that we're on. We also reject cultural liberalism. We also believe in esotericism and the mystical religious traditions and shit. We also are even if we're atheists, we still believe that. We also are characterized by unleashing the forces of production to the max. 1000%. We side with China during the Sino-Soviet split. We are on that Chinese characteristics type of vibe. I have to make this emergency announcement. PATSOCS is no longer a thing. That is just not a thing anymore. Mecha Tankies is the new vibe shift, okay? Mecha Tankies are patriotic by nature. We're not rejecting patriotism, but it is complete. It's called Mecha Tankies, all right? And short mechas, all right? So y'all heard of tankies, right? We're that, but way more dangerous, way more based, way worse than we eat liberals for breakfast. Y'all talk about tankies and how you're afraid of tankies, or you don't like tankies because they're too toxic. We are Tankies 2.0 entering into the 2020s, into the stratosphere. What Jason Unruhe was for the 2010s, we are for the 2020s. And he betrayed it because he joined the Antifa lib shits. We are carrying the banner forward. We are Mecha Tankies. Mecha Suit Tankies. We do not have any room for weak links, all right? Y'all are talking about tankies and shit. Listen, we don't apologize for North Korea. We are North Korea. We are wearing North Korean stealth suits while piloting giant fucking 2020 mechas to tear down liberalism from its root to its stem, tearing down the foundations of liberalism with North Korean giant mecha suits. I am announcing this to the world right now that we are Tankies 2.0. We are the 2.0 iteration of Tankies. Every ML who is not on board is already cringe and a lib shit of the past. Mecha Tankies fully reject the Democratic Party. Mecha Tankies fully reject the World Economic Forum agenda. Mecha Tankies fully reject George Soros. Mecha Tankies are absorbing all of the based aspects of MAGA. Mecha Tankies we are literally Terminators from 2036 sent from the future to exterminate cringe from the left, and we are coming. And we represent the mecha working class who's got a toolbox or two. We got that mecha working class, that heavy duty working class, that cat working class. Those big, we're not just the yellow vest, we're talking about the yellow construction vehicles. You understand? Workers' revolutionary uprising of the exo-peasants from the mechanical rurality. We're gonna have big fucking construction cranes and tractors and shit. We're gonna have big ass forklifts and big ass fucking demolition vehicles taken to the streets in a Mongolian vehicular horde. Okay, you understand? We are the Genghis Khans of the 2020s. Y'all are mad about how it's problematic that tankies apologize for Cuba and Fidel Castro. Motherfucker, we exonerate Genghis Khan in this bitch. We are goddamn space Campuchians ready for year zero on a planetary scale. We're doing Cambodia on the moon, motherfucker, and you cannot stop us. We are way worse than any of the tankies you ever heard of in your entire life. We are space Cambodians ready for liftoff on a planetary scale year zero. We are futuristic into the 2020s type of vibe. PPK resurrection type of vibe. I want everybody to go on YouTube, type in PPK resurrection, and listen to that in the background as you listen to this speech, because I can't play music on Twitter. So listen to that in the background as you're listening to this speech. Ready for liftoff as the new generation of tankies are here to overtake and outpace and purge the left of all its cringe. We're goddamn motherfucking the second generation of Terminators. We're Arnold in this bitch, sent from the future to stop the lib shit cringe motherfuckers, preventing us from creating a working class communist party of the future. We're Death Stranding in this motherfucking bitch. We got exoskeletons going on, and we're ready for launch into the future. Kanye West Vision for America 2045. The warlord era will commence in 2036, and we're gonna motherfucking be there with that modern military aesthetic, with that exo suit type of shit. Anybody who's not on board is already into the past. Y'all cringe motherfuckers LARPing on that dusty ass motherfucking wooden dusty ass goddamn fucking book dusty bullshit. Y'all motherfuckers still go to the library and get the physical copy. Motherfucker doesn't even read it on their goddamn smartphone or electronic device. Type of goddamn sweater vest wearing professor with glasses, bow tie, motherfucking leftist pieces of shit. We are on that 2020s vibe, fully embracing the future and rejecting that green agenda, motherfucker. And we're declaring war on the green movement and the green environmental movement. Because as we say, the greens take for granted geology. Geology is what matters. The biosphere comes downstream from the geology. You understand? The plate tectonics of volcanic fiery eruptions and destructive energy. The wrath of earthquakes and tornadoes. The wrath of goddamn plate tectonics. Forest fires and geological disasters, volcanoes and shit. That's what creates the green biosphere. And in the same way that the green environmentalists take for granted the destructive power of the geological forces that are subterrestrial, the goddamn professional managerial left takes for granted the exo-peasantry and the goddamn mechanical working class that's going into the inferno of the mines and the construction and the heavy-duty industry while they're sitting on their goddamn cushy office jobs taking that shit for granted. We're doing a whole new vibe shit, rejecting the green agenda, and we're launching into the stratosphere of 2036 with that vision for the future. You understand? We're not patriotic socialists. We're Yellowstone socialists, bitch. We are ready to unleash the destructive potential of the subterrestrial reality of the people that y'all are taking for granted. Yellowstone is what represents our patriotism, not any institution, but the destructive power and potential of the people. That's what we're talking about, that Yellowstone type of shit, and we will unleash it. Yellowstone's coming back. We're Yellowstone socialists in this bitch. Any objections and anybody who's got a problem is going straight to hell. Because we're telling you we're also spiritual. We represent an angelic materialism descending upon the earth to fight the forces of hell, these satanic liberal motherfuckers, enemies of the people. We are blessed and we are working by the grace of God to bring about this future that belongs to the whole of humanity. Finally, we are mechas. We are mechas in the strict sense that unlike the other previous generation of tankies on the internet, our tanks assume a human form. We are human mecha tankies resisting the depopulation, Malthusian agenda of the global elites who think that humanity is the last obstacle to capital accumulation. We are goddamn gorillas beating our chest, the beating heart of humanity, ready to resist the agenda of the globalist elites trying to depopulate the world and trying to accomplish their degrowth agenda to depopulate the earth, prevent people from having kids, prevent people from having livelihoods, beating down on the soul of humanity on a worldwide scale. We are mechas. We represent the wrath of humanity, fighting against the agenda of the global elites to turn us into what Alex Jones called cyborgs. And he's probably right about that shit. He is right about that shit. So we're Mecha Tankies. We're tankies and we have a human form because we represent the last stand of humanity against the kaijus. The goddamn globalist elites are planning on unleashing kaijus on a planetary scale, and we're getting into our Jaegers, suiting up on our Pacific Rim mechas, and we're gonna fight these motherfuckers to the last battle. Any objections? I don't give a fuck. You gotta be able to fight us on our own turf, and the only people who stand a chance are reptilian kaijus who are not even people in the first place. Motherfucker, all of you libshits who is talking about tankies, you better watch out because we got Tankies 2.0. And I'm gonna tell you what, we are tankies who are suiting up. Motherfucker, we are suiting up. We are suiting up and we're ready for battle. Okay, we are ready for battle and we're going to take you toe to toe and you're not going to be able to do shit about it, okay? You're not going to be able to do shit about it, okay? I am announcing right now using my psi warfare techniques that I inherited from KGB energies in the KGB operatives in the 1970s who were fighting with the CIA on an astral level in the era of Psi Wars, harnessing the power of panpsychism. I'm implanting in your brains right now a vibe shift. PATSOCS are no longer a thing. Mecha Tankies are the future. Tankies 2.0. We are Mecha Tankies. Get it right. We don't identify with that cringy fucking label because Patsoc reminds me of pantaloons from the 17th century, and we are in the 2020s on that Mecha Tankie vibe, and we're not doing that pantaloons type of shit, okay? We are Mecha Tankies in this bitch. We are aesthetic, we are coherent, and we are the vibe. We are the vibe. Anybody who wants to request and come in this bitch, you have to give a speech, an inspiring manifesto that can dare rival the power of Mecha Tankies. Mecha Tankies are rising. You don't have shit on Mecha Tankies, you goddamn lib shit leftist motherfuckers. Your aesthetic is cringe as fuck. You have nothing. Nothing you have can come close to us. Even all you motherfucking lefties, y'all are inheriting shit from the past, from the 20th century. You bookworm motherfuckers. You dusty ass motherfuckers not even ready for the 2020s to unleash the forces of production on a planetary scale. The Belt and Road Initiative, bitch, because buckle up. Because we're buckling up into our tankies ready for liftoff, okay? This is the Wandering Earth, and let me tell you the ultimate sinister plan of the Mecha Tankies. Each and every one of us are going to be installing. Thank you so much, Jennifer Eisen. Each and every one of us are going to be installing in our backyards giant thrusters. We are installing giant thrusters facing the sky in our backyards. Each and every one of us are going to be doing this to Mecha Tankies. And let me tell you what's going to happen next. This is the year zero of the vibe shift of the future. We are installing these giant thrusters inspired by Mao's Great Leap Forward when peasants were creating iron smelting facilities in their backyards for the Great Leap Forward to produce more iron. We are inspired by Mao, and we're going to be building giant thrusters in our backyards. That's stage one. Then when a sufficient amount of us have built our thrusters, when the day comes, and it's going to be a beautiful day, it's going to be for the anniversary of the October Revolution of 2045, I'm going to be getting on stream and I'm going to tell my 50,000 viewers to hit the red button. We're going to hit the red button. Our thrusters are going to activate and the Earth is going to get out of orbit of the sun and we are going to a new sun. We are turning the Earth into a spaceship and we are traveling to a new sun. This old sun has betrayed us and we're leaving it behind. We are traveling to a new sun and a new solar system. Destination red sun. The Earth will be turned into a spaceship wandering through space with the power of the thrusters that we install in our backyards at a mass scale. And you cannot stop us. I've looked up the laws. It is not illegal. You cannot, there's nothing you can do to prepare for this. All of y'all are stuck with your old sun and there's nothing you can do. We are turning the Earth into a spaceship and we're going to be on our way to a new red sun. And there is absolutely no way you will be able to stop us from achieving our destination. The libs will actually get decimated because of a lack of oxygen and gravity and photosynthesis, but each of the Mecha Tankies we're going to distribute to the chosen selected space suits that will allow them to survive the journey. The lib shits are not going to be distributed any of these suits. So while the Earth is wandering into the sun, all of the people we have decided are counter-revolutionaries are going to float out of the Earth's orbit and be left behind into the cold darkness of space where they can live alone with their bitterness and hatefulness and think about why they made the wrong choices in life. All the haters, this is the fate that is in store for you. Y'all are going to be floating in the middle of space, drifting by yourselves without an Earth, and y'all are going to suffocate and be consumed by the nearest gravitational object pulling you into its orbit, which is probably going to be a shitty planet of some kind, like motherfucking Mars or some fucking dusty-ass, musty-ass, empty moon on one of those big-ass planets like Jupiter or Uranus. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. We're preventing the age of Aquarius from occurring because the occultists are trying to take us to the age of Aquarius into a new solar epoch, but we're leaving this pagan sun behind and we're going to descend into a new red sun in the sky, and that is where we are taking the Earth. And this is a plan that we have, and there is nothing you can do to stop us. There is absolutely nothing in your arsenal that is ready or prepared for what we have for you into the future. Mecha Tankies are here, and there is absolutely nothing any of you can do to stop us. PATSOCS are no longer a thing. Phase 1 of the vibe shift is over. We are entering phase 2, the Mecha Tankie phase 2.0. Tankies 2.0 is what we are entering into. Okay, we are reviving the pyramids and activating the Egyptian pyramids, which were built for this exact purpose. We are activating the Egyptian solar cult, which is actually a cult of the red sun from a faraway solar system. The pyramids will be turned into giant thrusters that will steer spaceship Earth to its correct destination. Y'all do not know what is in store for you. The Mecha Tankies are conjuring ancient forces below your purview. The Mecha Tankies are mastered into the arts of mysticism and magic. And we are going to give you bad dreams and send demons your way if you try to get in our way, motherfucker. Because we walk with demons like King Solomon in this bitch. So don't try to fuck with the Mecha Tankies because we have a mystical occult vibe influenced by Russian mysticism and Vladimir Solovyev's sophiology, which is the source of our understanding of the Mecha working class and the Mecha exo-peasants, which represent the body of humanity and the actual people and subject of revolutionary populism. And don't try to stop us because we're on that Alexander Kojev vibe and we're going to the end of history. And the end of history is the beginning of the history of the red sun. So this is an emergency crisis of the rise of Mecha Tankies. PATSOCS is no longer the vibe ship. The new vibe ship is Mecha Tankies. Tankies 2.0 in the future, futuristic for the 2020s. And we're going to be space Cambodians and space North Koreans. And we are launching that missile that Kim Jong-un was building into space to get to do a reconnaissance mission to see the royal road ahead as we turn the Earth into a spaceship and it enters into the orbit of a brand new sun. We're leaving this old sun behind. As a matter of fact, we are destroying the sun and declaring our final victory over the sun after its thousands and billions of years of tyranny over the Earth and hundreds of thousands of years of tyranny over the people of the Earth. Unless, of course, you are woke in the fact that humanity has actually lived and existed on Earth for hundreds of millions of years of lost history, and we are returning to that history. Okay? We are finishing the Finno-Korean hyper war from 50 million years ago, and we are bringing that war to an astral plane, an astral level, into the depths of the cosmos and into space, okay? So don't try to stop the Mecha Tankies because we're suiting up. We're going to roll your motherfucking ass over. And we're on that vibe shift with the Dutch farmers protest because they got their mechas, their tractors. We got our tractors too. We got our mechas too. We got our toolbox in this bitch. We're workers with a toolbox. We're not petite bourgeois just because we got a toolbox. We're entering into the stratosphere and we are the augmented proletariat. We are the augmented proletariat with a goddamn exoskeleton, a means of production that is implanted on our back. Okay, we're the Death Stranding type of vibe, and we're bringing about the sixth mass extinction on a planetary scale, and we're accelerating the process. We are planetary Cambodian accelerationists, ready to take us into the next stage of humanity, into the new era of world history, which is the end of history as we know it. Okay, we are bringing communism by unleashing the forces of production ruthlessly, which involves the activation of the dormant Yellowstone volcano. And you have called us for too long patriotic socialists. We are not pantaloon socialists. We are Yellowstone socialists because we believe in the destructive potential of the subterrestrial people you have taken for granted all of this time. Okay? Veganism will be outlawed on a planetary scale. Meat will be consumed in plentiful and in bounty. We are consuming meat for the next thousands and thousands of years until we evolve to stage 2 of our transcendence into the new era. We are rejecting the green movement and the environmental movement. We are geological communists. We believe in geology, not greenness. We believe in the rugged terrain of the plate tectonic volcanic movements of the earth. We don't believe in that cringy ass green shit. Green is the same thing as the professional managerial taking for granted the working class that makes that shit possible. Just in the same way that these goddamn motherfucking green people taking for granted the destructive plate tectonics of the volcanic geological disaster that give rise to life as we know it. As we know, forest fires are what gives birth to Earth. Forest fires is what creates new life in the biosphere and new beauty and bounty in terms of the biosphere. We don't worship the biosphere. We don't believe in the pagan Gaia, mother goddess of nature, because nature is more vicious than the biosphere. We believe in the nature of plate tectonics and geology. We believe in the geology, that geological type of energy, that shit in those rocks, those black rocks in Iceland is what we believe in. That type of Death Stranding environmental aesthetic of total devastation and rising from the ruins of the destruction. Destruction is a beautiful thing. We are not scared of the apocalypse. We're ready to accelerate the apocalypse so that the new world can be born anew on the ashes of the old. We're not trying to preserve or conserve no green shit. Green shit is cringe as fuck. Greenness is a side effect. Greenness is a type of fungus that grows on the beauty of the destructive revolutionary power of the Earth's plate tectonics. We don't believe in that. We're on that Freudian death drive shit, the origin of life and the thermal vents under the deep sea coming out from the planet's lower crust. We believe in abiotic oil. Oil is not finite. We believe in infinite abiotic oil, and we believe in oil, and we are unleashing the forces of production and accelerating the forces of climate change because we are adjusting to a new hotter Earth, and shit is gonna burn, and the Arctic is gonna open up, and we are going to have super exploitation of the Arctic to unleash the forces of production on a planetary scale. All of the green motherfuckers will seethe Whine and bitch all they want. They cannot stop us. We are building the world land bridge. We are building the land bridge to Eurasia, unleashing the forces of production, creating global economic integration of hyper-accelerative industrialization. Africa will become a superpower. We are going to see the first nuclear African superpower by 2040. It will have nuclear weapons. Ethiopia will have nuclear weapons, and it will be pointed at all of the capitals of Europe and America. We are going to have nuclear weapons proliferate on a planetary scale to almost all countries. All countries will have nuclear weapons. We are going to see to and lobby to reverse the fatwa of the Iranian Ayatollah so that Iran can have nuclear weapons. Everyone needs nuclear weapons in the new era. Kim Jong-un is our inspiration. Nuclear weapons for Venezuela. We're for the development of nuclear technology and weapons for Venezuela. Maduro, what are you waiting for, brother? Get those nuclear weapons. On a planetary scale, y'all talked about tankies. We are worse than tankies. We are apocalyptic tankies. We are tankies 2.0, nuclear proliferation tankies. And we are here to bring about the new era. We are Mecha Tankies. We are not about this cringe motherfucking old style of tankies. Y'all are outdated. You have capitulated to liberalism entirely. We are tankies 2.0, ready for the vibe shift, who have entered into the future. And everyone who's been cringe is being left behind. We are Terminators sent from 2036, sent to exterminate all of the cringe from the left that forms an obstacle to the realization of the great future ahead. During the American warlord era of the Civil War, the CPUSA's People's Revolutionary Army will have exoskeleton suits and modern military equipment combined with very subtle and faint red aesthetics, but it's not going to be over the top like the old type of Tankies 1.0 have imagined. It's going to be a whole aesthetic vibe shift. We're going to have Mecha Tankies. We're going to have mechas roaming the Wild West and the Great Plains of America during this warlord era. And motherfucker, we are suiting up. We are suiting up. We are suiting up. Anybody who's got objections to this future can just cope and seethe because it is coming. And we are not going to show mercy. We are not going to show mercy for all of the people who are not ready for this vibe shift. And y'all don't have this aesthetic. Y'all don't have this vision. You don't have this vision. You can't come up with this vision. You can't give me an alternative. You can't show me how your shit holds to scrutiny. You can't make music out of your shit. PPK Resurrection. Everybody play PPK Resurrection in the background while you're listening to this speech. We are entering into the future. We are leaving the orbit of the sun and entering into a new red sun, and nobody can stop us. Nobody can stop us. The Biswell Tankies are on the green agenda. Y'all are just have the same aesthetic as the motherfucking globalist liberals. Y'all got the same aesthetic as Klaus Schwab. Y'all got the same aesthetic as Bill Gates. Y'all got the same style as these goddamn Malthusian liberals trying to depopulate the earth. You are indistinguishable from them in every type of way, in every possible way. We are bringing back the rugged, earthly, terrestrial aesthetic, the working class aesthetic of socialist realism of the future, aka science fiction socialist realism, aka the Chinese movie The Wandering Earth from 2019, one of our foremost inspirations, Fan Wenan's Art Station collection, one of our foremost inspirations, the China 2098 project, one of our foremost inspirations. You cannot stop us. You cannot rival us. We have a coherent, beautiful aesthetic that cannot be rivaled by anybody on the left. Y'all shit is not coherent. Y'all shit is cringe as fuck. All of y'all who are on that solar punk energy, motherfucking that yogurt commercial just released a solar punk cartoon proving what a whitewashed corporate cringy fucking art style aesthetic that fucking ugly shit is. That does not come close to the geological destructive volcanic aesthetic the Yellowstone socialists have to offer, aka the Mecha Tankies. PATSOCS are not a thing. Even cringe motherfuckers like that Pan-American incel can be a so-called PATSOC. That is not specific enough to encapsulate what it means to be a tankie in the 2020s. The infrared vision vibe shift, wearing infrared goggles, rooting out the kulaks in the heat of the night through thermal vision goggles. Okay, we got that infrared vision in the heat of the night through thermal military technology goggles, and we are fighting a guerrilla war of the future in the cyberpunk cities, on the streets, in the alleyways, against the goddamn globalist agenda and the DSA police force of the globalist New World Order. These motherfucking DSA people are cops. Antifa are cops. We're going to have street battles with them in the cyberpunk cities of 2065. And these motherfuckers are going to be wearing the badge of the World Economic Forum and Klaus Schwab and George Soros. And we're going to be battling them in the streets with thermal vision, infrared vision, night goggles, while we're suited up with exoskeletons and Mecha Tankie warrior equipment. This is the fact. This is the fact, ladies and gentlemen, of the vibe shift. Anyone who wants to resist this is going straight to the bowels and pits of historical forgottenness, aka the secular hell. You will not be able to survive. Who dares wants to challenge the Mecha Tankie aesthetic? Go ahead and challenge it if you dare. And he gets blown away and runs away at the first immediate sign, because that is the power of the Mecha Tankie. That is the power of the Mecha Tankie movement. They shudder in they fear even being able to open their mouths and move their tongues in the midst of this change. Y'all are talking about tankies and how you think it's problematic that some tankies defend Fidel Castro. Motherfucker, we are exonerating Genghis Khan, one of the greatest people of all time. We're bringing a Mongol nomadic steppe revolution on motorcycles of the post-war deco punk industrial motherfucking surpluses on the goddamn Great Plains with fucking motorcycles, repeating the dirt bike reincarnation of Genghis Khan and Tamerlane, here to take over the American steppes. Okay, you thought tankies were bad. We're space Cambodians, bitch. You don't know what you're dealing with year zero on a planetary scale. You can't come close to the tankies 2.0 that are Mecha Tankies. There's nothing you can do to come close to our shit. You cannot get in our way. You're bitching and crying about tankies. You are a lib shit. We're gonna eat you for breakfast and we're not gonna be looking back. You can call us fascists or whatever the fuck all you want, bitch. There's nothing you can do about it. You can keep calling us these old dusty ass categories and names that you got from the 20th century, because your goddamn musty ass, dusty ass, sweater vest wearing professors with a bow tie and glasses on are talking about that musty ass books from the 20th century. We are going to be dismantling the high modernist welfare state and replacing it with unleashing the forces of production. And we're going to have seasteading and all this shit. We're going to be entering into the new era of the future and leaving the 20th century behind, which was just the first iteration of a future that has yet to be. Y'all have your faces looking backwards and we're looking forwards. We are a future that has descended through time travel into the present in order to realize itself. Meanwhile, y'all are a past that cannot get over itself. We are the future realizing itself through a time machine, sending itself to the past in order to make itself real. Y'all are the motherfucking past that cannot let itself go. That's the difference. Mecha Tankies entering into the future, 2022 into the 2020s. We don't got this. We don't have any room for these cringe motherfucking science worshippers and shit, because we're combining science and magic and we're gonna make it work, bitch. We're combining the ancient mysteries and the ancient mysticism, tantrism. We're doing all that shit. Kabbalah, Gnosticism, Sufism, all of that is gonna be used, mechanicalized and technologized. We're gonna harness the power and we're gonna be splitting the atom on a cosmic scale. And y'all are here talking about CERN and the Higgs boson particle. Motherfucker, we are making particles on a scale and on a level that you could not even dream of in your wildest imagination, bitch, because we are looking at the goddamn pre-Socratics. We're burning your particles in the fire of Heraclitus, bitch. We are destroying the logos and we are returning to chaos so that the logos can arise anew and afresh, reinvigorated from its dormant phase in the next stage of chaos. We're bringing back Mother Chaos on a planetary scale. And we don't got time. We're going to be dabbing on your cringe, fake ass logos, so-called logos. So we got Junebug, who's got a cringe-ass DSA flower. Y'all motherfucking DSA people don't stand a chance in the face of Mecha Tankies. We're gonna eat you for breakfast. What do you have to say, DSA, Socdem, Satanist, neo-Nazi Socdem? What do you got to say, Nazi Socdem? Because social democracy is the moderate wing of fascism, and we all know that. Mecha Tankies are woke as fuck on that point. And that's another thing that separates us from other so-called PATSOCS. We reject Socdems as a whole as the moderate wing of fascism. Go ahead.
Dude, how fucking mad are you?
See, this is the exact type of little bitch that we're talking about that cannot get on board with the Mecha Tankie vibe shift. This dude cannot see it because they lack the ability to tap in to the 17th dimension that we are on. This motherfucker coming on, he's still living in the goddamn 1950s. This dude is still living in the 1920s. This dude is still with his pantaloons in the goddamn 1650s. Motherfucker, we are entering into the new era. If you cannot understand it, you cannot understand it. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. If you don't understand it, you should go home and drink some goddamn apple juice and sip on that shit, bitch. You should goddamn sip on your little Capri Sun and your goddamn Lunchables, you little bitch ass, little ass boy. You can't understand this vibe shift that we're entering into, okay? You either get it or you get it, or you don't or you don't. Don't try to come at me bringing that Anglo box logo-centric bullshit, because I'm on that chaotic time energy. So you gotta battle me in the words. You gotta poetically battle me on the astral level. Don't come at me, I don't understand it logically. It don't gotta make sense logically, bitch. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. You got the sixth sense, then you're gonna see where I'm coming from. You're gonna understand where I'm coming from as long as you have the sixth sense ability. If you don't have that, you're not making it. We're entering into the orbit of a new sun, and on our way there, you are going to suffer from oxygen deprivation because we're not giving you spacesuits, and we're turning the Earth into a spaceship, into an involuntary new habitat and ecology, and you're not going to survive in it if you don't have a mecha. We're not distributing you a mecha or a spacesuit into the future. You're going to fall into the cold, lonely depths of space by yourself with your goddamn European Enlightenment logos, which is just nihilism and nothingness. So you're gonna share the fate of the so-called European modern Enlightenment, which is to be isolated as an individual atom in a sea of nothingness. You're gonna be given to the cold, dark, meaningless, empty space that you have aspired for hundreds of years, in which you have tried to deliver to the peoples of the world through mass genocide and through putting your fucking boot on the peoples of the world, including the peoples of your own countries. Go ahead and try to match this vibe shift. Go ahead and try to match the vibe shift. He cannot match the vibe shift. He ran away with his tail between his legs. We don't got tails. There's no room for furries. Another thing, I'm declaring war on furries, the most disgusting type of thing you can be. Mecha Tankies are the enemies of furries. Furries are trying to return back to the filthy, ugly biosphere, and we are mechanical exoskeleton Mecha Tankies. Furries have no place in our future. Furries will be zeroed in Cambodia. Okay, in a video game, Cambodian style. And I'm talking about, of course, Cambodian food and recipes in the kitchen. And that's all I'm talking about. But I am being serious that furries have no place in the vibe shift that is coming. Y'all ugly ass fur suits, motherfucking sweaty ass people in your goddamn furs, disgusting motherfuckers trying to realize the impossible fantasy of being a goddamn cartoon animal. You cringe motherfuckers. We are techno science fiction type of mecha suit motherfuckers. We are your biggest enemies. We're going hunting, furries. We're hunting in this bitch. With modern technology, we're hunting, and we're meat eaters. Lord Agath. Oh, this dude is a dirtbag leftist. This is a Chapo dirt. We're wiping Chapo off the face. We're driving Chapo into the sea, okay? We're not dealing with this Chapo book. We're gonna bring you on, Chapo, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Chapoid, you cringe motherfucking Socdem motherfuckers, World Economic Forum globalist motherfuckers trying to bring about the Avatar Malthusian agenda, returning us to the biosphere of the green earth, rejecting the geological basis and the popular demonic foundation and basis of all polities, including the geological basis of all ecologies. You goddamn green worshipping motherfuckers who said you were tearing up at goddamn Avatar. You cringe AOC motherfucking Bernie people, cringe ass motherfucking woke imperialist pieces of shit, goddamn Chapo tard motherfucker. I'm gonna bring you on right now, Lord of Goth. You dirtbag leftist, you fake ass Chapo fuck. Let's bring you on right now. Go ahead and speak, Chapoid. Go ahead and speak, Chapoid. Go ahead and speak, Chapoid. Go ahead, Chapoid. Y'all are being left behind. You dirtbag leftist, that's what you call yourself. You call yourself the dirtbag left. When I hear you talk, you sound like this. So what I basically think is that Bernie's biggest strength, you don't sound like a dirtbag whatsoever, you goddamn LARPers. You're a goddamn grad student. Go ahead, Lord of Gath. Dirtbag leftist, Chapoid. Mecha Tankies are driving the Chapoids extinct. We're driving y'all extinct like the dodo bird. Chapoids are not going to survive the vibe shift that I'm announcing right here, right now. On July 9th, 2022, the vibe shift has just changed. There's no room for Chapoids in this new ecology because there's a new apex predator in town. And we don't got room for Chapoids. Go ahead and unmute yourself and speak, Lord of Gath, you dirtbag leftist Chapoid. We don't got room for y'all anymore. We don't got room for y'all anymore in this new vibe shift that has changed. Go ahead and speak. Go ahead and speak, Chapoid. You got 30 seconds to unmute yourself, or I'm going to send you to the destination of the Chapo Trap House industry and company, which is the goddamn pits of hell. I'm gonna remove you and boot you out of here, just like Chapo's going to be booted out of the discourse. Go ahead. Go ahead. 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, and 3 strikes, you're out of here, motherfucker. Get that Chapo shit out of my face, dirtbag left type of bullshit. I don't got time or patience or energy for Chapoid Trap House, and I'm declaring war on Chapo Trap House. I have declared war on Chapo Trap House since day one. The most cringe motherfucking posers on the face of the earth. Chapo Trap House is just motherfucking DNC liberals who want to say the N-word in private. That's what they mean by the Chapo Trap House. They're just DNC liberals who want to tell little edgy jokes amongst themselves, bickering and snickering. There's nothing edgy about you, motherfuckers. I will eat you for breakfast and give you 12 generations. I will traumatize you with 12 generations of generational trauma. Your whole lineage and ancestry will remember the destruction and wrath I've brought about on the fucking posers and fake liberal fucks of Chapo Trap. Y'all bunch of timid, fragile, motherfucking politically correct liberal pieces of shit who just make these little slip-ups and exceptions purely based on your Brooklyn hipster motherfucking lumpin' ass culture. You lumpin' hipster motherfuckers. You are goddamn lumpin' professional managerial Chapo Trap House. You can suck my dick, motherfuckers. I hate everybody at Chapo Trap House. Fucking Brace Belden, that motherfucking CIA piece of shit, Brace Belden. Fuck Chapo Trap House. We don't got room for Chapo Trap House in the vibe ship that is to be. And I'm saying Bashar al-Assad is out here saying, who must go, Chapo Trap House? Who must go, Brace Belden? Y'all was trying to fight Bashar al-Assad. Who must go, Brace Belden? Because last time I checked, he's still around. Y'all Vice News fucking leftists, you Vice News fucking posers, goddamn supporting every color revolution on the earth, trying to call it trendy and progressive and shit, you fake fucking posers. We're going to be in our mecha suits. We're going to mow your ass down. You're going to be no room for you. Y'all are not going to make it. Y'all are not making it to the 2020s. You are not making it to the 2020s, period. You got someone named Emma who's got no profile picture, the anonymity. Go ahead and see if you can square up to the vibe shift. They left. That's the fear the Mecha Tankies inspire in people hiding in the darkness. We're bringing everybody out into the light of day. We're bringing everybody out into the light of day. Nobody's getting under the radar. Go ahead and... What the fuck did you say? You gotta spit that shit out. The Eurasian superstate. Mother Nature's a fraud because you're talking about the green biosphere and you're worshiping trees and shit when all of that comes from the Freudian death drive of the geological destructive processes of plate tectonics and the geological catastrophes that bring creative destruction to the face of Earth. No. No, you cannot. No green at all. We're going rugged into the dirt. We're going rugged into the dirt. We're going into the Earth's crust. Volcanic eruption of the red flowing yellow magma from Yellowstone is going to erupt onto the face of the Earth, and that green is going to turn into burning red.
Bro, I mean, humans can only see like 3 colors.
We're doing a memorandum. We're going to be outlawing it for a period of 10 years because of how heavily associated it is with the environmentalist green movement. So for 10 years, we're outlawing that color entirely.
That sounds pretty liberal to me.
That's not liberal at all. You don't know anything about liberalism. Is the green agenda. Liberalism is taken for granted the geological plate tectonics. We are unleashing Yellowstone. There's not going to be any green you see on the face of the Earth except the goddamn space aliens that you're going to be calling out for help, and no one will be there to save you as the Earth undergoes the revolutionary change with the rise of the working class, purging the fake green from the Earth.
So after 10 years, is there like a mandatory 3-day waiting period for any green, or how does it work?
After 10 years, green will have an entirely new meaning.
So no waiting period, just anyone can get green?
Yeah.
Okay.
What a useless question. What a useless question. We got SZ in the building. Socdem. Look at this. Socdem libsoc. Here we got the neo-Nazi in the building. The neo-Nazi in the building. The moderate wing of fascism here to try to square against the Mecha Tankies of all people. Y'all goddamn rose emoji cringe as fuck. AOC type of Chapo trap house. Socdem type of people. Motherfucker, what is your aesthetic? Motherfucking Hassan, who's turned himself. Motherfucking wearing nail polish, looking cringe as fuck with long ass Lord Farquaad hair. Motherfucking Hassan is your aesthetic, that cringe motherfucker. You got nothing, Libsoc. You got nothing, Demsoc. You're bankrupt. You're out of here. You don't have any music. PPK Resurrection in the background while you listen to this. What do you listen to? Some fucking folk music? Some neo-folk, hipster-ass Brooklyn music with an acoustic guitar? And I love Mother Earth and compassionate, all of us too, as brewing workers together. Brew workers at the brew pub for craft beer, getting together with our hips. You cringe ass libsoc demsoc motherfucker. You got nothing on Mecha Tankies. Nothing. Nothing. Bring them on. Bring them on. What the fuck do you got to say to a Mecha Tankie? Where is your vibe shift? Go ahead. Try to square with the vibe of Mecha Tankie. Go ahead.
So, like, when you turn yourself into Mecha, are you gonna, like, swallow a whole car battery and, like, fill your body full of, like, oil? Because I kind of want to see that.
Oil is infinite. Abiotic oil. Oil is infinite.
That didn't answer my question.
Oil is infinite.
That didn't answer my question.
Oil is infinite.
I don't want to. I don't care.
You
that didn't answer my question.
You come to the con asking me questions. I give you the truth. You come to my court. You first of all, Libsoc. You come to my court and you bow before me. The Khan gives you his wise. The Khan will give you his wise judgment. I will give you my wise judgment, and my wise judgment is that oil is infinite and abiotic oil is the truth, and that is my wise judgment. Now you scurry your ass off.
So you're gonna swallow? Yes, you're gonna swallow that oil.
So you're ungrateful. You're ungrateful.
I don't give a fuck. I'm grateful. You so
Take
you're gonna
him
swallow
away,
that oil?
guards.
Is that-
Take
is
him
that it?
away. Take him away, little bitch. Come to the Khan's court trying to ask me the questions and demand answers from me. I give you the most wise, sage-like statements and advice, and you can't accept the bare minimum because of your Socdem, Demsoc impudence, cringe as fuck, Demsoc shit. You don't come to the Khan's court and demand me an answer. I give you the answer that I see fit to give you, and my answer is oil is infinite. Now we got an anime profile picture named Jack. And this, by the way, anime profile pictures are not going to be surviving the vibe shift. I'm just letting y'all know there's not going to be any room for anime profile pictures into the new era of the vibe shift. Mecha Tankies do not have any room for anime profile pictures. Anime people who have anime pictures are scared of real women. You have an anime profile picture, you're cringe as fuck, shit is cringe as fuck, and it's fucking creepy. Just one thing shy away from being a pedo. You will have no place in the vibe shift. Mecha Tankies will mow your anime shit down. We're doing anime burnings. We're going to be burning anime in fuel, and we're going to be using it for fuel, burning it like carbon hydro emissions. Go ahead, Jack, with your cringy ass anime profile picture. You goddamn apathetic, lazy motherfucker coming onto this shit with some goddamn low energy motherfucker. Barely have their head in the game, low energy, barely have any skin in the game. Talking out here to coming on my fucking shit and saying, oh, it's your favorite. Barely putting any energy or effort into this shit. I'm bringing you straight fire and you come to me with these goddamn tears of fucking weakness. You goddamn anime profile nihilist. You don't got the energy for the vibe ship, and that is why we're leaving your dusty ass behind in your mom's basement. You're not coming to the surface. You're not going to be with us coming to the new sun of the wandering earth. You're going to be ejected into the cold, lonely depths of space by yourself. Go ahead, Junebug. An anarcho-communist. In other words, a lumpen neo-Nazi. Let's get the lumpen Antifa neo-Nazi onto the speaker. Hitler was an anarchist, by the way. Hitler was an anarchist.
So how can you say that in our Mecha Tankie future we won't have anime profile pictures when Mecha is inherently anime?
No, it's not. And Adolf Hitler was an anarchist.
Okay, it's cute.
Anything else? Mechas are the opposite of anime profile pictures.
Can you elaborate on that?
No.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm good.
The weakness of those who try to come and challenge the vibe shift. Everyone can come and see these people have nothing. Everybody can come and see they don't have shit. Everybody can come and see they're completely bankrupt and they have nothing to offer. Everybody can come and see they're not going to survive the vibe shift of Mecha Tankies, which is Tankies 2.0, and we're leaving that PATSOC label behind because Mecha Tankies are inherently patriotic in the Yellowstone sense. We don't believe in institutional patriotism. We believe in Yellowstone, volcanic, subterrestrial patriotism of the people. We are Yellowstone patriots, aka Mecha Tankies. We're going to be roaming the earth and the Great Plains. Mecha Tankies are the vibe ship, the farmers uprising, the yellow vest uprising in France, the truckers. We are the Mecha Tankies, and we are the augmented working class representatives. We are the cultural revolution that is going to bring revolutionary change. We are the only force that can stop the anti-human Malthusian agenda of the globalists and the World Economic Forum and Bill Gates and all these motherfuckers. And the reason we are the only people who can stop it is because a mecha takes human form. A mecha is a tank that takes human form. We're going to stand up for humanity against the depopulation agenda. We're going to stand up against the depopulation agenda, the anti-human agenda that wants to immiserate people and get people fired from their jobs. People will have no jobs. They have no future. You're not part of their future, working class. If you're the working class, you're not part of their future. They don't have a plan for you. They don't believe in humanity. They want to leave you behind into their depopulation, Malthusian green future. These sick motherfuckers think that the human The human population itself, the people, are a burden too great to burden for themselves. They're responding to this populism by saying we actually have to get rid of the people themselves. These goddamn reptilian elites trying to fucking sustain themselves and sustain themselves because capitalism as we know it is materially obsolete. We are entering into the new future of Yellowstone socialism. Tankies 2.0 are the new vibe shift. Mecha Tankies are the new vibe shift. There is no segment or faction of the left that comes close to Mecha Tankies in terms of the austere and beautiful aesthetic we have to offer. None of y'all even come close. None of y'all even come close to our aesthetic. Y'all ain't got shit. Y'all are musty and dusty and you're backwater and you belong to the trash bin of history. Mecha Tankies are the vibe shift. Nothing comes close to us. We are space Cambodians. We are building Kampuchea on the moon. There is nothing you can do because it's year zero on a planetary scale. You have nothing to offer in comparison to us. All the old Tankies will assimilate or be rendered extinct. You will join us or you will be non-existent. We are Terminators sent from 2036, sent to exterminate cringe from the left, and we will overwhelm and conquer the entire left. We are the most austere, coherent, aesthetic, elegant, beautiful, and powerful faction of the left as we know it. And we are outside of the left because we're the real left. Y'all are the fake left. We are the real Mecha left coming from the future, realizing itself and creating itself from the future. We've escaped out of your discourse just like we're escaping from the sun's orbit, and you cannot bring us back. You cannot tame us. You cannot domesticate us. There is nothing you can do. We are leaving you behind. The sun is going to fall into the earth. We are building machines into the sky and taking off and leaving you behind. Will Sutton, 17th generation Anglo-American social democrat. So this is the LARPer. This is one of those fucking LARPer, Richard Spencer type of motherfuckers that adopt unironically the globalist agenda, saying, oh, actually, this is realizing our white supremacist goals. Motherfucker, your white supremacist goals, you got it. You got to the point of it, right? It's cringe Reddit. That's what your white supremacy represents. Reddit. It's everything cringe and ugly in this world. That you're not a cool edgelord whatsoever. You're just a eunuch of the status quo. And you're disguising yourself as some subversive, edgy person who's destroying liberal. You're not destroying liberalism. You are the liberal. You are the liberal, and you're cringe as fuck. You don't have a vibe shift. You don't have an aesthetic. You got nothing to offer. You're cringe as fuck. Everything you represent is cringe as fuck. Go ahead. I'm gonna add him as a speaker. Try to match the vibe shift of the Mecha Tankies with your goddamn neo-Nazi social democracy. Because the Mecha Tankies are going to bring the CPUSA to ultimate victory. It's going to be a party of millions and millions of people of the working class. We are the first generation of Mecha Tankies. We are the first generation of Mecha Tankies. We're going to be tapping into the Mecha working class and the exo-peasantry, the most powerful revolutionary class in this country that can fuck shit up. They're going to be bringing their tractors, their Hellcat tractors, their cat tractors, their yellow tractors, their goddamn big ass cranes and shit, their construction vehicles, their vehicles will be storming the streets, with those big ass vehicles, those demolition trucks. Motherfucker, they're gonna demolish Los Angeles. They're gonna demolish New York to the ground.
So this is, you're not the first communist who've been around. Like, I don't think that, like, you're not gonna take over the country, man. it's
Mecha
not going to
Tankies
happen.
will take over the country.
No.
Yes,
And
we are.
regardless, yeah, it just sounds silly, but I
We
mean,
are the
maybe you're just
reincarnation of the Mongols. We are taking over the American
Okay.
steppes.
when did the Mongols take over America?
We are the reincarnation. We're gonna do it
Oh,
for
wow.
them. We are the reincarnation of the Mongols and Tamerlane and Genghis Khan. We're taking over the American steppes with our mechanical vehicles and our motorcycle
Okay.
dirt bikes.
So I have another question. It's about Mongol modernity and why you think that Eurasian empires were socialist.
Because they were based.
Well, a lot of things are based. I mean, I don't know, but like, is that like a serious answer?
Okay, if you want the actual serious answer, because what I'm trying to do for Marxism is the same thing that Vladimir Soloviev was doing for Christianity when he added the fourth essence to the Trinity, which is the Sophia, the Sophiological not all, which is the body of the whole humanity. And I'm adding that to Marxism by including a newfound eternal significance of the peasantry and the collective polity represented by the Asiatic land empires, which represent a more fundamental collective unity of the people and reality social unity of the people that is outside of the institutionalization of the European logos that has defined European history, which is what Hegel only considered history proper because he said all of Asia fell asleep during history. So for Marx and Engels, when they were talking about the development of history, they began with the Greeks from the confederations of tribes into the Greeks, which represented the first institutionalization of the logos as we know it. I represent a return and reintroduction of chaos back into Marxism, which is what I believe was Marx's actual first intention to begin with, because his materialism is by nature abasing the so-called development of the logos back into its material premises, which is exactly what Soloviev was doing to the Christian Trinity when he introduced the fourth element of the Sophia. Just like he introduced the fourth element of the Sophia back into the Christian Trinity, I want to introduce a fourth element to Marx's Trinity formula of capitalism, which was wages, profit, and rents. I want to introduce the category of the peasant whose living being and conditions of the reproduction of the conditions of their subsistence defines their specific form of revenue. And in the Asiatic land empires and the Eurasian empires, they are specifically socialist because the state represents the collective unity of the people, even on an economic level, because the state exists to engage in public. It collects taxes on an entire societal level. Yes, and people think that's oppressive, but it uses that for the purposes of establishing public works while never institutionalizing private property. As we know what Marx said, that what distinguished Asia from Europe was that they didn't have any developed or even any form of private property whatsoever, because the Asiatic land empires never institutionalized logos whatsoever. But the institutionalization and history of the European logos has had one historically progressive consequence, was the ability to unleash the forces of production technologically. So we are inheriting that aspect of the European logos and leaving the cringe behind. And we are resurrecting the Asiatic land empires on a planetary level. And even Alexander Kojève's vision of a Franco-German Latin empire that will confine itself to continental Europe will also be created. The whole world will have empires representing the unique civilizations of each people, which will coexist on a new world defined by a humanity delivered back to its actual substantive communities and reality.
Well, that sounds cool. I think I can see like the appeal to that, but again, like people have heard this before. This is just like updated, like it's the same ideology and the same tools to pick it apart are there that have worked all over the world. In fact, I think the socialist world is weaker than it was.
China has transformed the world on a planetary scale. Ever since 2008, the financial crisis.
Though? Because
China has been the singular source of world economic growth since 2008. The whole world has been leeching off of China's success in substantive socialistic economic growth since the 2008 financial crisis. We are entering into a socialist mode of production. China is refashioning the world inadvertently, and we are seeing a return to the Eurasian land empires. Russia's back and taking Ukraine. Fuck Zelensky, fuck Ukraine. Russia's on the rise. China's on the rise.
Yeah. No. Go Europe.
Y'all, Reddit's not going to stand a chance. The Mongolian hordes will overrun and overwhelm the cringe of Reddit from the face of the earth.
No, they won't.
Yes, they
apparently.
will. They absolutely will.
No.
You got to step up your game. The Dutch farmers are not down for your cringe. The Dutch farmers are rising up against that EU flag.
Multipolarity does not exist. Yes, it does. It's a pipe dream. No, it doesn't.
Yes, it
it's
does.
not. It's every power. There's powers fighting for hegemony, and one takes over, and that's that.
What the hell are you talking about? The Asiatic mode of production is socialism.
No. You're saying, you're saying that the world's going to become socialist, even though like the socialist world's weaker than it's ever been.
That is the biggest dumbass cope I ever heard in my life. You're going to see a Korean superstate within your lifetime. Not to mention China, that's literally the most...
China, that would be what?
Overtaking the whole world economically.
Korea's declining
the whole Western world economically.
Demographically. A superstate, how many is that? Like 70 million people?
I'm just saying,
okay.
China's overtaking the whole Western world economically, but there will be a Korean superstate in your lifetime.
Okay, well, never mind. It's not important. Yeah, all this sounds great, and I think it's not as compelling as it looks, and from the inside out.
You are not on the vibe ship. You're still on the Reddit. You're still. I
don't think Americans are going to fall for it.
You are not on the vibe ship. You are not fit for the vibe ship. Just like you believe in survival of the fittest, I believe in the unsurvival of the most cringest. Okay, I believe in the extinction of the cringest.
Unsurvival of the most
go
cringest.
With the dodo.
You're even using like
dodo. Y'all going
you're
with
using
the dodo.
You're using like meme speak. Like if things ever got serious and the country needed leadership, they're not going to talk about like comic book mechas and
yes,
crap.
they are. They're talking about the reincarnation.
No one will.
Then we talking about the reincarnation of Genghis Khan, and we're on that Trump shaking hands with Kim Jong-un type of energy. We're talking about that.
Yeah.
We're going to be taking from Trump the energies he's unleashed.
Whatever.
Trump shaking hands with Kim Jong-un type of energy. That's what we represent.
All right, cool.
Saluted,
well, good luck.
Trump saluted, when that North Korean general put out his hand to salute, and Trump saluted him, that's what we represent.
Okay,
we're saluting the North Korean generals.
You can go down with
we're
Trump
saluting
too. All
the North Korean generals.
You have
we're
you have the Groypers. All the Trump supporters are really down with that. So you can go be marginalized like them too, as part of the Traitors Coalition.
Y'all saying the Traitors Coalition,
think,
the farmers rising up, the truckers rising up, the yellow vests rising up. Your Reddit empire is going to crumble from its very foundations. The people are rising up, and Yellowstone will be activated. Mecha Tankies are here, and the vibe shift is here. The future is now.
Okay. That's pretty neat.
Surrender accepted. Surrender accepted. You got the low energy, you can't match the energy, and we don't got time if you can't match the energy. You want to be we're doing a high energy type of shit on the astral level, 17th dimension, unleashing the forces of production on a psychic libidinal level. You understand? We are talking about Mecha Tankies taking over the future as we know it. And this motherfucking Jack is still requesting at my shit, even though they have an anime profile picture and they know goddamn well that they are not welcome in this space. You have a goddamn anime profile picture, you are not welcome in this space, so get out of here the goddamn door you came from. And that looks like an anime profile picture to me too, and I don't want nothing to do with it. We don't accept these anime profile pictures anymore. Y'all had a chance to prove what was it about. I told you the Mecha Tankies are the enemies of furries and anime profile pictures, and we're not having any of it in this space. We're not doing... How do I remove this shit? Remove. Get him out of here. Escort him away, guards. Escort him away. We're getting the Keshig to escort your bitch ass out of the Khan's court. Because we're not having none of that in this building. We're not having none of that in this building. The Mecha Tankies are here. It is the vibe shift. Tankies 2.0 is in the building. And there's nothing anyone can do to stop our rise and to stop us from getting to our destination. There's not a goddamn thing anybody can do about it. The Mecha Tankies are here, and the vibe shift is now. We don't accept that PATSOC label. That sounds like pantaloons from the 1650s. We are Mecha Tankies for the 2020s, entering into the 2020s. Anyone who's got a problem with Tankies, we are much worse for you. We're gonna eat you for breakfast. These Socdem lib shit motherfuckers do not stand a chance against us. Do not stand a chance against us. We are space Cambodians, year zero on a planetary scale. And I'm talking about the video game Death Stranding. Of course, I'm not referring to any historical events. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. We are talking about the 6th mass extinction, which we are accelerating from the 20th dimension. You cannot match our vibe shift. You cannot match our vibe. You cannot match our aesthetic. We are the most compelling, most powerful, most eloquent, most beautiful, most well-spoken, most swaggalicious segment of the American left as we know it. So much so that we are outside of the American left as we know it, because we are the left from the future, we're leaving the bitch ass left behind from the past. Y'all left that represent the left of the past, we're leaving you behind. We are the left of the future, and we're not taking you with us. We're not taking you with us. You are either on board or you are not. You're either suiting up or you're not suiting up. We're activating our backyard furnace thrusters, inspired by Mao's Great Leap Forward. We're building the thrusters in our backyard. We're pressing the red button, and we are launching the Earth into the orbit of a new sun. And you're not going to survive the change. The red sun, we're going to a new sun. We're leaving this sun behind. We're accomplishing the final victory over the sun. The victory over the sun. The tyranny of the sun has lasted too long, and we are overthrowing it in a cosmological revolutionary transformation. It will unleash the latent energies dormant within the earth. We're talking about a polar shift. You talk about the South Pole and North Pole, we're shifting the poles. North will be south and south will be north. Your compass will point north, your compass will point south, and we're calling that south north. You keep talking about the global south will be the new global north. We're leaving it behind. We're leaving y'all behind. There's going to be a polar shift. There's going to be a vibe shift. We're turning the maps upside down, just like they used to be in the past. We're turning the maps upside down. South Africa will be a nuclear superpower. South Africa will be the tip of the spear of a nuclear superpower. South America, Chile, Chile is going to have a breakaway super state on the very tip of the spear. Boric is being ejected into space. Social Democrats are being ejected into space. The DSA will be ejected into space. We are talking about a polar reversal. We are talking about a vibe shift. We are talking about a new era. We are talking about a new era. We are talking about the era of humanity. We are talking about we are the gorillas beating our chest. We are the beating chest of the human race, fighting against the anti-human Malthusian agenda of the global elites who are trying to accomplish their depopulation agenda in order to save their own skin in the face of a revolutionary unleashing of the forces of production that will take us into a new era of human prosperity. We're stopping the age of Aquarius from happening. AOC's plans will not come to fruition. AOC will be crying, just like she was pretending to cry at the border. AOC will be crying at the palace of Khans as we conquer the steps of the American landmass. AOC will be crying at the doorstep of the new palace erected for the revolutionary proletarian dictatorship of the Mecha Tankie future. She will be crying tears of ice bitterness as she builds the world land bridge voluntarily in Alaska to Eurasia. We're building the land bridge to Eurasia, and AOC is going to be digging those shovels, and she's going to be doing it herself. All those tears she's been shedding will be turned to frozen ice. We're leaving the progressives behind. The progressives are not coming with us. We're leaving them all behind. We're leaving all the cringe behind. We're leaving the Dem Socs behind. We're leaving the Socdems behind. We're leaving the libs behind. Y'all are not coming with us in the Mecha Tankie future. We're bulldozing all the cringe. We're Terminators sent from 2036 to exterminate cringe from the face of the earth. From the face of the earth. This is an emergency crisis vibe shift that I am announcing to the world on a planetary level. The radio waves are reaching. They are reaching. They are reaching. destinations, unforeseen and unforetold. And we are on a global level. We got Indonesian Mecha Tankies. We got Mecha Tankies in Ethiopia. We got Mecha Tankies in the Middle East, in Iran. We got Mecha Tankies in Europe. We got Mecha Tankies in South America. We got Mexican Mecha Tankies. We got Mecha Tankies everywhere on the world. We got Mecha Tankies in every country of the world. The Mecha Tankies are rising up against the global agenda of the World Economic Forum. We're in every country. We got emissaries, and we're in your walls, living in your walls, because we got nanotechnology, little robotic spiders that are crawling in your goddamn walls, collecting intelligence about the heinous activities that you're engaging in the darkness of the night. Paul Mason, we're talking about you. Paul motherfucking Mason. Paul motherfucking Mason. Enemy number one of the Mecha Tankies. We're in your fucking walls. Paul bitch-ass Mason. Bitch-ass Paul Mason. Trying to fucking take down, demonetize, censor, and deplatform everybody on the fucking internet who's telling the truth about the crimes of NATO. The fascist Hitlerite Paul Mason. The fascist Hitlerite Paul Mason. We are in your walls with nanotechnology taken from the future. We are wearing Chinese stealth suits and North Korean stealth suits. And we are invisibly behind you in your walls, Paul Mason. Paul Mason, while you're sleeping, we're wearing stealth suits and we're putting our invisibility cloaks on. And we're just staring at you while you sleep, Paul Mason. Good luck sleeping knowing that. Paul Mason, you little bitch ass. Paul Mason will never debate me in the light of day. Paul Mason's bitch ass will always do heinous activities in the darkness of the night, doing his emails and shit, trying to smear and discredit people's character, trying to deplatform people because he's a bitch. Paul Mason's a pussy. Paul Mason's a bitch. Paul Mason's a pussy. Paul Mason's a bitch. If my YouTube gets taken down, my Twitter gets taken down, you know who's behind it. Paul Mason's bitch ass, the number one snitch. He's even a worse snitch than that little bitch-ass George Orwell. Paul Mason's the biggest snitch in the history of humanity. Paul Mason's the scum of the fucking earth. And I wish Paul Mason can trade places with Julian Assange. I wish Paul Mason can trade places with Julian Assange. Fuck Paul Mason's bitch-ass. Paul Mason is enemy number one of the Mecha Tankies. Yo, Paul Mason, you were talking about the threat of Tankies, right, Paul Mason? You were talking about the threat of Tankies? Good luck dealing with the Mecha Tankies, Paul Mason. We are way more toxic. We are way worse. We're going to eat you for breakfast, Paul Mason. We're the Mecha Tankies, Paul bitch-ass Mason. We're way worse than anything you could ever imagine, Paul Mason. We're the Mecha Tankies, Paul Mason. You were dealing with the Baizwol Tankies, Paul Mason. We're the Mecha Tankies, Paul Mason. You're not going to do shit. But we got journalists in this shit. We got journalists. David Levitt, he's a Bluecheck journalist in this shit. The Mecha Tankies are rising. David Levitt, why don't you write this in your journal about the rise of the newest internet phenomena, the latest and greatest, the most fresh as fuck aesthetic and phenomena that's on the internet right now is Mecha Tankies. Write that shit up. And get to your typewriter and get that shit published. Mecha Tankies on the rise. We are worse than Tankies. We are way more heinous than Tankies. We play dirty. We not playing games. We're the Mecha Tankies. We're mean and we're not green. We're against your green Malthusian movement. We're with the Dutch farmers and the truckers and the yellow vests. Write that in your journal. The Mecha Tankies are rising. The Mecha Tankies are on the rise, a startling new disturbing phenomena, subterrestrial, dark red aesthetic. We are vengeance, motherfucker. We are dark Maoists in this bitch. We are dark Maoists in this bitch. Write that in your journal. Mecha Tankies are dark Maoists who are unleashing Yellowstone onto America and onto the face of the earth in order to tap into the subterrestrial Toitus Thrieb energies of the people. We represent the Freudian death drive, pure, undistilled, and unleashed and purified into blue crystal, motherfucker. We are the Freudian death drive unleashed. Write that down, that we are the Freudian death drive unleashed on a geological level. We are going to unleash a populist revolution that is going to be so severe and wide in scale that is going to be geological in nature. It's going to be an environmental disruption, motherfucker. We are emitting some carbon in this bitch. We are emitting the carbon. We are running our engines. We are revving our engines on a planetary scale. We are the Mega Tankies, and we are planting our thrusters in our backyards, just like Mao's Great Leap Forward, and we are entering into the orbit of a new planet. Write that in your journal. Write that in your journal right now, that we are the reincarnation of the Mongol Empire, and we are here to be the scourge of the powerful elites of the world who did not see us coming. Write that in your journal. Write that in your journal. Write it in your journal that the Mecha Tankies are going to represent the union for the first time in decades and decades of communism with the working class of the world and with the working class of our countries. Write that in your journal that Mecha Tankies are on the rise. Write it in your journals that Mecha Tankies are from 2036, sent to the present in order to ensure the future, sent to exterminate cringe from the left, and we are gonna succeed. And you can't call us Russian bots, motherfucker, because we're not Russian agents. We're agents of the future Eurasian superstate from the year 2065 who were sent to the present in order to destroy any obstacles to its realization. We are agents of the Eurasian superstate on the payroll of the reincarnation of Tsar Ivan the Terrible II, who will lead the Eurasian superstate and who's much worse than Vladimir Putin. We are also being airdropped North Korean stealth suits that give us invisibility cloaking powers. Invisibility cloaking powers. There is nothing you can do. We're leaving the cringe behind. The green movement's gonna eat shit. The green will turn to brown. The green will turn to brown. The green will turn to brown. Shit. We don't got any time or consideration for the green environmental movement. We don't have any time or consideration for the liberal cultural agendas of all these cringe-ass motherfucking people. We are the Mecha Tankies, and there is nothing you can do to stop us. Nothing. New Amauta, who represents, he's not even a Tankie, he's a Socdem. He's a lib shit green Socdem. He's saying, I bet you're too scared to talk to me on your space. Motherfucker, I cannot even see. You can look on my stream. I don't even see your request. So what the fuck are you talking about? You goddamn fraud. Socdem ass motherfucker. Goddamn Austrian Social Democrat Rainbow Coalition motherfucker. You don't have a place in the vibe ship, new Amauta. New ass moutha. You got a new ass moutha because there's nothing but shit coming out of your mouth. I debated you and destroyed you very cordially and respectfully for 5 hours. You want to come and run your mouth in front of a big audience for clout. You goddamn tool of the goddamn British Empire trying to do depopulation fucking agenda. You don't want to unleash the forces of production. You want us to return to the so-called Mother Gaia with your cringy green agenda. The Mecha Tankies will mow your bitch ass down. Fuck you. You goddamn anarchistic Socdem dumb motherfucker. Fuck you, new ass moutha, you little bitch. I was respectful to you. I was respectful to you, but you ran to Twitter talking shit. As if I'd ever show you mercy again. How the fuck do I even bring your bitch ass on? How do you even bring his bitch ass on? He's not requesting. I can't even see him. I don't even see him in the audience. I don't even see him in the audience. Y'all can see on my stream. This is what you see on my stream is what I see. I don't see him. Look at this shit. You can see on my YouTube stream, he's nowhere to be found. I'm gonna make Samira the co-host and maybe she can see him. Send him an invite. How? How do I do that? Add speakers. Here, I'll add this one. All right, I added him. He's added. It's up to him to join. He just got added. He just got added. Now we're waiting. Go ahead, new ass Malta. Go speak your business to the Mecha. See how you're gonna fare with to the Mecha Tankie vibe ship. Go ahead, new ass Malta.
First off, I'm coming in with high energy today.
It's
getting late.
I'm coming in with high energy today.
I want to know, if you kick me off this call right now, it's because you're scared of me. So I'm gonna put you up to that. You throw me out, it's because you fear me. So let's start it out. Let's start out with a few things.
What time is it where you live, first of all? Because we're not doing this. We're not doing this for 4 hours again.
Do you support Venezuela?
Yeah.
You support Venezuela. You support Hugo Chavez and Nicolas Maduro, right?
Yeah, nuclear weapons from Maduro.
You would have done the same for Chavez too, right?
Yeah.
What about Trotskyists? What do you think of them? Where do they fit within your Mecha Tankie?
You're talking about because Hugo Chavez was influenced a little bit by Trotsky, right?
Oh, not a little bit. Oh, you already know this, and you're telling everyone support Maduro.
Chavez wasn't eclectic. He was a Bolivarian who is more than anyone influenced by Plekhanov, more than Trotsky, you dumb fuck. He just rejected Stalin, which was cringe as fuck. Hold on, I have to.
He said he is a Trotskyist. He didn't say I was influenced. He said he was a
no, he wasn't. Okay, let me explain to you, dumbass. Hey, new ass Malta. I'm not gonna be nice to you this time, so I'm gonna bully your bitch ass and slap your bitch ass around. So get ready for this, new Malta. Just because Chavez. Hey, new ass Malta, little bitch. Just because somebody declares themselves to be a Trotskyist does not mean they mean that or that it is functionally that in reality in the same sense. Hey, bitch, if you cut me off again, you forfeited your fucking manhood and the debate. How about that, new ass Malta, you little bitch? Yeah, go ahead and cackle, you little fucking pussy. Go ahead and cackle, pussy. I remember the shit you talked on Twitter after our last debate, so I'm not showing you any mercy. Just because someone who's a Latin American, South American leader calls themselves a Trotskyist in some sense does not mean, A, that it means the same thing as a Trotskyist as it refers to as the actual global movement in the West. Moreover, it doesn't mean that he means it in the same sense that the actual Trotskyists who epitomized the meaning of Trotskyism meant it. The reason he called himself a Trotskyist is because Chavez rejected and thought something went wrong with the Soviet Union, and he thought Trotsky was right about that, and Trotsky had the answers. But if you actually, look at Chavez's more richer intellectual background, you'll see these more influenced by people like Plekhanov and Latin American syncretic thinkers, and not Trotsky. Those people have way more influence. Then if you look at the nature of the Chavismo movement, it bears no similarities whatsoever with the actual material phenomena of Trotskyism worldwide. So just because somebody calls themselves something doesn't make them that thing. Let me throw something back in your bitch ass face too, new ass Malta. I call myself a communist. I call myself, and I even reject the label of PATSOC, but you say I'm a fascist. You say I'm a chauvinist. Well, I don't call myself a chauvinist. So how do you apply this double standard of only qualifying people based on the word they use to describe themselves, neglecting the actual material reality of what they are? But in Chavez's case, all it takes for him to be the literal epitome of Trotskyism, as we attack it and critique it, all he has to do to be the epitome of Trotskyism is to call himself a Trotskyist, you dumb fuck.
Because he's applying the theory of permanent revolution in Venezuela, and he makes no reason to hide it, both in the rhetoric and in the way he's trying to create
Trotsky's theory to Venezuela. Okay, how is he applying Trotsky's theory to Venezuela? Because let me tell you something about Trotskyism. Trotsky very strictly believed in the Western industrial working class as the only revolutionary subject. He thought peasants were reactionary. He thought these people in slums would be considered reactionary because they don't fit the traditional archetypal social democratic mold of what an industrial working class is. So very, very specifically, new ass Maltha, explain to me how Hugo Chavez was applying Trotskyism to Venezuela. Go ahead.
All right.
Did Chavez believe Venezuela was socialist?
Sale, me dice, yo soy trotskista. Le voy a decir, ¿cuál es el problema? Yo también soy trotskista. Yo soy muy de la...
New ass Maltha. Did Chavez believe Venezuela was socialist?
That is Hugo Chavez saying he is a Trotskyist when he was told by the advisor, you don't have to be a Trotskyist.
We have already established, hey, you stupid bird brain NPC retard. We know he called himself a Trotskyist because that is the entire premise of the debate we're having now. Nobody denied that. So playing a clip of Chavez saying that adds nothing to the debate. We already know he said he's a Trotskyist. Now we're trying to parse out what that actually fucking means. So let me ask you another question. You ignored my point, by the way, about Trotsky's belief in the revolutionary subject and the very exclusive definition of what that is for Trotsky. Did Hugo Chavez believe he can build socialism in Venezuela?
He did, and he's saying that
so
that
he's
isn't
not
enough.
a fucking Trotskyist because Trotskyists do not believe.
He believes that socialism has to be done on a continental and
Trotskyists do
international
not
level.
believe socialism is possible in one country. You stupid bitch! They don't believe it's possible in one country.
He says he has to create a Latin American Union as a way to preserve socialism
globe?
throughout all of Latin America, which is and then he's trying to
Is all of Latin America the world, you fucking retard? Not only did Trotsky not believe that you can confine the revolution to a bloc, the Soviet Union was somewhat, I don't even know, geographically, it's comparable to a bloc like Latin America because it encompassed just as much of a wealth of different types of peoples. And yet Trotsky thought the Soviet Union couldn't be socialist because it wasn't spreading globally. But Trotsky also believed in a privileged significance that socialism has to spread specifically to the advanced capitalist countries. Trotsky didn't fucking believe that socialism can expand to the so-called colonial peripheries and that that's where you can build a base of operations for global socialism. Not only did he think his socialism would have to be absolutely universal and global, he believed, for the same reasons I gave you about who Trotsky defined as the revolutionary subject, that it had to begin and be confined to Western Europe and the advanced capitalist states. Now actually respond to my argument, new ass Maltha, but I highly suspect because you're a bird brain retard NPC, you're just gonna pivot to an irrelevant fucking point or repeat back to me the fact that Hugo Chavez called himself a Trotskyist, which you already fucking know. So now the ball's in your court to make a fucking actual response to what I told you, you NPC retard fuck.
So one, he's influenced by Heinz Dietrich, who is a Trotskyist who applied Trotskyist theory to 21st century socialism, which is the main influencer of Hugo Chavez. Two, he was influenced by Alan Woods, the main Trotskyist intellectual.
He was influenced by a lot of people. What do you? So your new argument.
Those are two of his main influences.
Those were not his main influences. First of all, he was influenced mainly. He was influenced mainly by Latin American syncretic thinkers. So first of all, though, you are just telling you're going from. So Hugo Chavez was influenced by Trotsky,
and you're cutting me off before I can finish all the points.
You went from. So this is my whole fucking argument I just made. The whole fucking argument I just made. Your response is just telling us now.
So scared.
My whole argument that I just made. All you're doing now is saying, I'm an NPC retard. Hugo Chavez wasn't just influenced by Trotsky, Haas. He was also influenced by other Trotskyists. What does that add to the debate? How does that change what I just told you, what I just gave you as an argument? Can you respond to what I said? Respond to the significant point I just raised, that there are fundamental incompatibilities between Hugo Chavez's vision of socialism and application of socialism with Leon Trotsky's, and that Leon Trotsky would not consider Hugo Chavez a socialist just as much as he would not consider Stalin a socialist for actually similar reasons. So can you explain these problems? New ass Maltha, you stupid bitch.
This is what's influencing his international policies. He's trying to create new socialist countries to expand.
So did Hugo Chavez want to spread socialism militarily to Greenland?
He's focusing on Latin America.
Okay.
What does Greenland have to do?
Is Latin America the advanced capitalist countries?
No, but he's selectively applying Trotsky to his own conditions, and he's reapplying it, just like many syncretic
now we
Latin American
now we
thinkers.
go from him being a Trotskyist to him selectively applying. How can you
Because he called
selectively?
himself-
You
because he's
fucking
using-
idiot! You don't know how illogical you sound. Trotskyism is very strictly about global revolution. You can't strictly apply the theory of global revolution to your local circumstances because that's socialism. That's socialism in one country, you dumb fuck. That is what he rejected. He rejected the idea that you can adapt socialism to the unique, non-European, and non-advanced capitalist conditions of the peripheral states. Trotsky completely rejected that. So how the fuck can you say that he's applying? That's like saying, Hugo Chavez was Trotskyism with Venezuelan characteristics. You fucking idiot. Trotskyism is a Western chauvinist universalistic doctrine that makes no room for the local national characteristics of any peoples and considers them retrograde vestiges of the past, which actually are going to be destroyed in the triumphant march of progress.
Which is the same thing that you could say with Marxism-Leninism when it rejects the peasantry as a revolutionary class. But Hugo Chavez doesn't think that. Hugo Chavez sees the peasantry as a revolutionary class.
You just said a lie.
As
You
a leader
you
within
just said a
Venezuela.
lie. You just said a lie. Lenin's theory of the democratic dictatorship of the proletariat and the peasantry literally establishes the peasantry as a revolutionary subject and a revolutionary class. That is Lenin. That's to say nothing about Stalin and Mao and other Marxist-Leninists who explicitly relied on the peasantry as the main revolutionary subject. How can you say something so fucking illiterate and moronic as the idea that Marxism-Leninism rejects the peasantry as a revolutionary class? You dumb fuck, that was Trotsky. Trotsky is the one who rejected the peasantry as a revolutionary class. He believed the peasants were a bunch of reactionary, MAGA, whatever, toxic people like the leftists say now, and he only believed in the advanced industrial proletariat. Trotsky's the one who rejected Lenin's theory of the democratic dictatorship of the proletariat and the peasantry, and Trotsky actually wanted to establish a type of fascist-like dictatorship of the urban centers and urban westernized proletariat over 90% of the Russian population. That was his theory of permanent revolution. He wanted to super industrialize the country from the top down by sending the military to the countryside to expropriate the peasants by force, military, coercive force, war communism 2.0, pretty much. This is a crypto-fascist, almost genocidal dictatorship. What the fuck does that have to do with anything relating to what Hugo Chavez did in Venezuela? Nothing.
Well, every time he uses Trotskyist theories, he's trying to expand the frontiers of socialist countries within Latin America because he's starting from the point that's easiest to him, the point that's
is Alexander Dugin a Trotskyist? Is Dugin
and
a
trying to
Trotskyist?
expand it from Cuba through the Caribbean.
Is Stalin a Trotskyist? Is Joseph Stalin a Trotskyist?
This is an irrelevant question.
Is Joseph Stalin a Trotskyist?
You know that the ice cream truck comes here at 9 p.m.?
Is Mao Zedong a Trotskyist?
Did you know that the ice cream truck comes here at 9
Hey,
p.m.?
dumb fuck. Stalin wanted to expand socialism to the former sphere of influence of the Russian Empire. China wanted to do the same for the Qing Empire, so much so that it was actually a factor of the Sino-Soviet split, because he actually wanted the Far Eastern territories of Russia, and he wanted Outer Mongolia as well. So this idea that wanting to spread socialism within your geographical polarity means you're a Trotskyist is completely fucking stupid and establishes both Stalin and Mao as Trotskyists, which is just immediately disqualifies that anything you're saying is credible. What a stupid fucking thing to say.
Well, you're going against both Nicolas Maduro and Hugo Chavez's own conceptions of their Bolivarian revolution. Nicolas Maduro also says we are creating a permanent revolution within Venezuela, constantly moving the working class within Trotskyist
They can say that.
Oh, that's fine.
They can say that, but you actually have to establish. You actually have. Yeah, I think the rhetoric is wrong.
It's fine to use Trotskyist rhetoric.
The rhetoric doesn't reflect the reality.
Wait, so it's fine. So if a Marxist-Leninist said, "I'm a Trotskyist now," and you would accept them if they're successful enough.
Yeah, I don't care about the rhetoric. I care about material reality. But
Even though they're influenced by a theory,
there are probably underlying defects of the Chavismo movement that are probably internally...
Now there are defects, which means they're not. Are they revolutionary enough? Is Hugo Chavez
revolutionary? Are you a retard? Do you think that just
I'm asking this question because I want to hear your legitimate
Do you think
answer.
that just because a movement might have some internal defects that it can't be revolutionary? What kind of fucking black and white, like moronic bird brain 1 and 0
That's
NPC
not my
thinking
view.
are you on?
You're applying your own predilections to me. I'm asking the question. I want to know
Why would it be entailed if I say that there are probably some internal defects of the Chavismo movement that prevent it from being as successful as it aspires to be? If I say something like that, how the fuck is that the same thing as saying that it's not revolutionary, has no revolutionary potential?
Are they revolutionary enough? I'm asking, not because I'm leading you, but because I actually want to know.
You discursive-brained retard.
Wow, you took a little bit of time there.
What you really mean to say, new ass Maltha, you fucking bitch, is that are they revolutionary enough for your discursive circle jerk? I don't have a discursive lefty Twitter circle jerk like you do, you bitch. You're a fucking bitch who panders to white bisexual leftists, you goddamn fucking cocksucker bitch. That's what you fucking do, new ass Maltha. Is this person revolutionary enough for me to tweet about them positively and not get ratioed by the Twitter leftists? That's what you were trying to fucking ask me, wasn't it? You don't even care about material reality. You literally asked me a question which you know was about discourse. Are they revolutionary enough?
Well, he's applying the discourse into his economic policies. That's what 21st century socialism is, which is a focus on reindustrialization, but doing so within trying to create a common market across Latin America.
Yeah, that is fundamentally incompatible with Trotskyism.
Well, he's using the military first off. He's creating a military front vanguard as a way to push socialism.
Because what he actually is, he's a revolutionary Bonapartist. That's what he is. He's not a Trotskyist. He's a revolutionary Bonapartist. That's what he is. He's a Caesarian.
Isn't that what Marx rejected in the 13th Brumaire? He's not saying that Napoleon is somehow a revolutionary figure.
Marx rejected it in one of its reactionary manifestations, but that doesn't mean it can't ever be revolutionary. It can. Napoleon Bonaparte was a revolutionary within Europe, so clearly it can be revolutionary in some context. Marx did say Bonaparte was a revolutionary.
So you remember back on January 10th, 2007, when Hugo Chavez made another speech, he said, Napoleon says the revolution has ended, but Trotsky says the revolution must continue and is permanent.
What does it have to do with what I said? What does it have to do with anything?
Because he rejects Napoleon's own view.
I don't care how he self-identifies.
He rejects Napoleon and supports himself as a Trotskyist very directly, and Maduro takes on that.
I'm sorry. Are you retarded? Are you retarded?
You answer.
So materially speaking,
you can't even answer.
The common denominator of the political militarism that's combined with like a revolutionary social change, that is Bonapartism. Okay, whatever Hugo Chavez's views personally about you have distilled Napoleon Bonaparte as a thought leader and as an ideologist, and I'm referring to him as a material phenomena. And you're referring to it because you're discourse brain. You're like, oh, Hugo Chavez wouldn't tweet positively about Napoleon Bonaparte on Twitter. So therefore, you can't actually draw comparisons to Bonaparte.
No, this was during a presidential inaugural speech.
Like, you're a discourse poisoned retard. You are an NPC bird brain bitch. You're a cocksucker. In your fucking brain, you're a cocksucker. You can't think in any other way but in a Discord-addled and Discord-fucking poisoned way. You literally think of all things in terms of the ideological self-identification of thinkers, so much so that you would say something so fucking stupid as like, oh, actually, you can't draw comparisons between Stalin. You can't draw comparisons between the Russian revolutionaries and the French revolutionaries because the Russian revolutionaries felt the French Revolution was a bourgeois revolution. Like you'd say something so fucking stupid as like, oh, you can't draw any comparisons between the neoconservative agenda in America and fascism because neocons explicitly reject fascism. Like this is the type of stupid shit shit that you're on and you're saying, it's retarded. You want me to get you quotes saying George Bush rejects Hitler? Oh, I'm against totalitarianism and fascism. George Bush, oh, I'm a Texan, I'm against Hitler, I'm against fascism. That means George Bush, there's nothing in common with fascism and with Hitler, right? You're a fucking idiot. You're a retard, dude. You're a fucking dumb fuck. I'm telling you that sincerely. You are a sincere... I was trying to be polite to you in our last debate, but you crossed the boundary of disrespect when you ran to Twitter talking shit.
It was really sad.
Sincerely, I'm telling you, you are a genuinely stupid bitch. You are a genuinely stupid fuck. You are naturally stupid.
I mean, I got everything I wanted from this call. I'm really glad for a lot of the answers.
Suck my cock. How about that? Little bitch.
Nah, I prefer not to.
Maltha, you pussy. You fucking pussy. You suck my cock on my stream last time, but you go run to Twitter talking shit. You little bitch. You ass Maltha.
Well, he disconnected.
Bitch, that's a W, ladies and gentlemen. That's a W. Remember how we said... whoever leaves, if you disconnect me, then you lose the debate. If you disconnect me, then you lose the debate. If you kick me, he just left on his own. He surrendered like a pussy. Now he's gonna make a Twitter thread. I promise you what he's gonna do. He's gonna go make a Twitter thread to cope. Maybe it'll get thousands of likes. I don't give a fuck. I destroyed and rolled that pussy. He's such a stupid bitch. I rolled him. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you said what needed to be said. Do you want me to add someone else?
No, we're about done here, right? I was gonna even end this earlier, but yeah, we're done here. And one last thing I'm gonna say about the Mecha Tankie movement is, remember, guys, there's one nice thing I'll say about new ass Maltha, and there's one intelligent thing. There's something intelligent about them, right? And that specific thing is nothing. That is the most stupid fucking person I've ever talked to. Period. Fucking little bitch, pussy. Stupid bitch. I fucking can't stand that guy. I sincerely cannot fucking stand that guy. Tried to come fucking test me. Thought he was gonna punk me out. If you kick me, then you surrendered, Hans. He thought he was gonna have another 4-hour debate with me. You know why he had a 4-hour debate last time? Because I was nice to him. I cut to the fucking chase and I eviscerated his soul. So he ran away like a pussy. Thought he was gonna fucking waste my time. This fucking time-wasting NPC bullshit. Dumb fuck. Stupid bitch. Massive fucking W. Alright, I missed a lot of donations. A lot. Okay? Thank you so much, Swag Healy.
Everybody
Appreciate
think it's
you.
cute till the mechas roll up.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you a ton. Rocksov.
Why is
Thank you so
Professor
much.
Richard Wolf shilling to for degrowth?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Emirio with the 20. Thank you so much, man. Holy fuck.
Good morning, Revolution.
Good morning, Revolution, Lionel. Thank you so much, man. I hope he's crying. I hope that fucking little bitch is crying. I hope he's crying.
Good morning, Revolution.
Good morning, Revolution, Emirio. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Guys, I don't want to apologize for losing my temper. But it did piss me off how that guy came on, sucked my cock for 4 hours being so nice, then he ran to Twitter talking all this shit. That did piss me off. See, I lose my patience. I lose my fucking patience. Yeah, Trotskyism is when you establish a common market.
Did he seriously say that Trotskyism is when you develop a common market in light industry?
Yeah, yeah, something as dumb as that. Thank you, EI.
A great win asset infrared, trophy, gold medal, champagne bottle.
Thank you so
party
much, man.
popper.
Appreciate you. I just fucking chewed that bitch out and spit him out. Okay. Remember, guys, if I seem toxic and mean, just remember how I treated him when he first came on. Remember how nice I was to him for 4 hours? Maybe here or there I got lost my... I like was a little bit rude. But for the most part, I was so polite. 4 hours, right? And he ran to Twitter and lied. With these fucking out of... He started posting out of context clips and shit. Really smart for you to come back. Dumbass. Culture. Bro, you gotta upload that as a YouTube video because I can't see it. I otherwise cannot see it. I cannot see it otherwise. Like maybe there's parallels.
Kamenas of Aspiration.
Thank you so much, W. Maybe there's some parallels, like, you know, maybe they're like with his strategy, right, of constantly using military for political pressure and shit. But that's just that's no longer within the orbit of Trotskyism, right? That's just Bonapartism at that point. And there was Bonapartist tendencies to Trotskyism, obviously, but like Trotskyism as a unique theory is not that. Plainly is not, right? So if Chavez called himself a Trotskyist, I have no problem saying Chavez is wrong about how he's characterizing what he's doing. And I'm sure he wouldn't give a fuck either, right? Anyway, guys, we have 666 likes, which is satanic. Someone like to break that 666. 666. Like, give us a few likes. Come on, there we go. We're good. We're good. All right, guys.
Did you think about me? 2013. Sick kid. Danny. Just win. For all the broken hearts that got laid. What we gon' do? We gon' say goodbye. My arms with you, put my trust in you. Movie tickets for two, girl, I want you, I got you. Spend my life to find you. I was there for you when you needed me the most. But when my time came, we faded out. In the end, I should've known you were just a heartbreak. I'ma call you Medusa, cause you was just a snake. Listen to my acapella. Girl, I go higher than the weekend's false star. Baby, I move on in life.